have it written down anywhere. They spring it out at the last minute. And you're like, well, if I'd have known that, I'd have pulled myself together out front.
And the announcer for the Super Friends, dead on, too, by the way. I don't know who that guy was.
Yeah, he was the guy who was after Ted Knight. Ted Knight.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you doing your last news story, Christy?
Oh, I can do one.
Oh, go for it. You said you had one more.
If art museums are a little too stuffy.
Fart museum.
Art.
Oh.
I'd go to a fart museum.
Hell yes! Farts through the ages?
It's a little hard to
The
document.
dawn of fart. How old am I?
Hold on a
Am I
second.
going to be still making fun of farts at 50? I
Good
don't
morning,
know.
Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom Show?
Yes.
Call for the Fart Museum?
Oh, yeah?
Chick, I just want to correct you. You don't want to come here.
You
So
don't, why not?
I gather it's fully all-dimensional smell-o-vision.
It stinks. Lousy museum.
Really?
Oh, this museum is no good at all.
Whoa. Whoa, what was that?
Oh, it's part of the multimedia display they've got going on.
Uh-huh.
When you walk in.
All right.
Oh, it's unbelievable. There's just like this big air compressor there. And it blows farts at people.
Wow.
Do they smell?
Oh, it smells awful. The only way we really make money is through our concession area.
Really?
Yeah,
What do you sell there?
Well, we rent raincoats for the back part of the tour.
Yeah.
Yeah? Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Now, does it have, what's the atmosphere like there? Is it real
The
thick?
atmosphere?
Sounds thick.
Oh,
Man.
humid and cloudy.
Now, do you have is your fart museum primarily contemporary, or is it modern, or do you have classical pieces?
Mostly Fart Deco.
Really?
Okay.
The style. And while I got... Oh, boy. Do you work here? Yeah, I work here. My family and I would like to get our money back. Right out front. No refund.
What was that?
That was our tribute to all the little people that played the Munchkins. Let me take you into this one room.
Okay.
I want to show you what's going on here.
All right, what's in there?
Oh, God.
What is it?
Which room are you in?
Oh, it's the SBD room.
Oh, boy.
Silent but deadly.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I gotta go because, man, this is unbelievable. This is like the third time this month already.
Uh-huh.
We gotta re-wallpaper.
Oh, really?
Yep, I gotta go.
Say, where are you guys located?
We're in Brownsville, Texas.
How about ya? Good morning, good morning. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
The Fart Museum does not open until 9 o'clock.
No farts before 9?
I don't think I could go to the Fart Museum.
No.
It's no good. I would like a T-shirt would be okay. I visited the Fart Museum. I guess that would be all right. With a little derriere and a little circle of air coming out.
Travel.
Little poot.
That was a special request, by the way. Ashton, you're welcome.
There you go, Ashton. Go out and make it a great day.
Happy
Okay.
birthday.
It's the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, Christy.
Hello, chick.
Hello, Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Chick.
Hello, Ace Cosby.
Chick.
I'm Chick McGee. We've got kind of a crazy show today, so stand by. We have an additional feature on wieners and hot dogs and
What?
Some very special guests.
The legendary Greg Hahn's going to be here today.
I'm very excited.
Brent Terhune. Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Oh, this is going to be great. Two great comedians. Greg Hahn may be the human being that makes me happier than anyone on earth.
Oh, boy, Kelly's happy to hear that.
I just got a text from Willie, who was a little late. He says, I'm on Fall Creek, which is the road that runs here. Kill time.
Vamp.
Bam.
Maybe we should send him out for donuts. donuts.
I think we're going to have donuts delivered. That was a mistake. Jess Hooker was in, and she said, I almost stopped and got everybody donuts. And Josh looked at her and goes, well, that's troubling that you're going to have to go back. But the donut place wasn't open. And he says, well, that's...
wasn't open yet?
Wasn't. So that Josh goes, well, that's a shame. You're going to have to run right back over there.
Don't they start making the donuts at 2 a.m?
That's what the commercial always said.
Yeah.
That's what I still say when I get up.
Time to make
the donuts.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll look forward to that. Yesterday's program, we explored the world of the hot dog, if you will, straw, the wiener straw, whatever you want to call it. We hollowed out hot dogs and used them as straws and tried them with various beverages. I was astonished to find out that I tried, I sucked coffee and soda water and Bloody Mary through a hot dog. I tried sucking up an acai bowl.
Your head almost caved in.
Delightful fruit. That was a little too viscous.
Yeah.
But I've got to tell you, the coffee and it wasn't bad. The hot dog, because I think it just primarily adds salt, which I like. Josh, what did you try yesterday?
Orange juice, and that wasn't good. Beer, I liked. The brine, pickle brine was fine, and then the protein shake was real bad.
You know, once again, this notion, apparently, I guess it may have started with the Detroit Lions. I think they have a meat straw that they use.
Well, I had no idea. Of course, this is America, land of innovation.
Sure.
We have packages this morning of Benny's original meat straws. And they do look like a standard Slim Jim, if you will. And there's a nice hole right in the middle. And
You could turn this into a meat flute.
Yeah.
That's what they call it at the bus station.
Speaking of meat flutes, we got a story coming up in sports about
We have the most unbelievable story in sports.
Yeah.
It involves a meat flute and, of course, Australian rules football.
And
it is unbelievable.
I'm all for team camaraderie and
But
getting
yes,
together.
this is really something.
This is ridiculous.
They've got photographs and everything. Yeah, these Benny's meat straws are a real thing.
Yeah, and they have a picture of a Bloody Mary right on the package.
Yeah, see, that, and that really does make sense. And this is became current with a video, a viral video of a guy at a Yankee game hollowing out a big hot dog and then sucking his beer down through the hot dog. And that's what we started with yesterday, Willie. Did you enjoy that? Would you do that again? And
no, I wouldn't seek it out. Let's call it Dave Matthews Band, right?
Okay.
I'm not going to turn it on my phone on the Bluetooth, but if it comes on the radio, I'll rock out a little bit.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. By the way, Chick, thank you for killing time.
You're welcome, Willie. You're welcome.
What's that feeling? You get in your car, you turn on the Bob and Tom show. You're supposed to be working there. And you hear something. You go, Mr. Obvious, give me 5 minutes.
Something long.
Son of a gun, they're playing, I don't even know what.
2-minute fart museum.
Fart museum.
That was a request. Ashton, it's his birthday. Happy birthday,
Dean,
Ashton.
I love your work, Dino. You know I'm a big fan of the Dean Metcalf, but my goodness, not enough time this morning. Come on, fellas.
Need a long one. Oh, boy, there are lots of stories about this particular thing that we do. You get in kind of a groove. And back in the early days when I was doing this, I had an analog alarm clock, which is, I know, hard to believe now, but it plugged into the wall.
Yep.
Got up one morning and headed into work, and I'm thinking, boy, it sure seems a lot brighter this morning. Turned out there'd been a power outage, and my analog alarm clock had stopped and then restarted.
How many of those alarm clocks did they sell that had the little flip numbers? I
had that.
I had
you
that one
did?
too.
And then remember they had those at the airport?
Yeah.
And it would go click, and your plane would change?
Yeah.
And where are those now? Is there a warehouse? Is there a warehouse full of those things?
I forgot, because now they're all digital, of course.
Right.
I forgot that they were the...
Yeah, I loved my little flip.
But I had the analog
flip number.
Clock.
The point of the story is I'm driving into work thinking, boy, because it sure is bright out. And I get there and I'm an hour plus late. And I used to have to turn on the radio station.
Oh.
It was one of those, it had that giant Frankenstein switch, like you see in the old movies, literally.
Turn the transmitter on,
Turn the transmitter on, and of course the phones are going crazy. Where are you?
Obviously pre-cell phone.
The Tom Griswold heads out there.
Oh, yeah. They wanted to hear the chief.
Where's the chief?
This is the chief.
I can't wake up without my chief.
That, of course, was when I was on the air in DeLand, Florida.
DeLand? Why do they call it DeLand?
Funny you'd ask, Christy. They call it DeLand because it's not too far from DC.
How about this? We just yell out 7, and you say 12, and we're home.
Yeah, and then But have you ever done this? No, I was working 6 mornings a week. And then
remember those? Oh my God!
On Sundays,
6 mornings. That's like 4 too many mornings a week.
Yeah.
But on Sundays they had this. I mean, this is just right out of a movie. I mean, this is real. On Sundays, they had this preacher and his wife who played the accordion. And I know this sounds like this is my real life. And they would go in there and do their show.
Sure.
Basically asking for money and playing bad.
It's called public service.
You taught me how to converse, so I can top that.
No, but so the point is, one morning I got up and I'd forgotten it was a Sunday.
Oh.
You ever do that? You get up, you get dressed. I'm driving in, and I go, wait a minute. Wait a second. I got today off.
Remember that when you were loaded with melatonin? Remember those days?
Well, go ahead. Top the story.
No, so they had a religious show on Sunday mornings, and I lived in the back of the station, the first radio station I worked at in Welch, West Virginia, downtown on McDowell Street.
Why do they call it Welch?
Because it's near the jelly.
No, but you could bet however much money you wanted, and nobody'd pay. It was crazy. Anyway, the preacher's name was Sampy Bailey.
Sampy?
And he would charge them up, and they'd get. I don't know how much money they made, but it was incredible. It was more popular than the radio station, I can tell you that. Every Sunday, and I had to wake up and let them in. And I turned the radio station on for them, and they had their own engineer, and they went crazy in this little performance.
Could you hear them in the back where you lived?
Oh, yeah.
Did they have instruments?
Yep. A full band. And bless his heart, he had a speech impediment. He had a severe cleft palate, I guess. And I'm not making any. If this is true.
Wow.
Someone's going to email us and say, yeah, I used to go to that. I want to say.
Can you, without being offensive, demonstrate how he spoke?
No, I cannot and will not. But
is there anybody famous who had a similar speech impediment to this person?
Like Joaquin Phoenix, maybe? Or
it was kind of a cross between. He has a kind of a cross between Elmer Fudd, I guess, and he fired him up, man. They loved him.
All right.
Aww.
And they got thousands of dollars.
Sampy still with us?
I can't imagine. No, he was middle-aged then, probably around 50 then. So.
Did he have a fun tagline like, y'all are playing checkers and I'm playing cleft? Okay.
I'll just leave it right there.
I don't think he said that. But.
Now, coming up, we have more hot dog information. And there's actually hot dogs in the news today, and we do have some hot dogs cooking.
And if you're wondering, yes, it still does smell like hot dogs in the building.
And we're going to try some more hot dog straws, and there's a reason we're going to do it, which I'll tell you in a second. Right now, I want to talk about feeling great and feeling secure in your house. Very important. That's where Simply Safe comes in. Chick was talking about this way before we started talking about it on the radio.
Right.
You got the 9-camera setup. That's amazing, but you can do it a much simpler one with Simply Safe. Tell me more.
You can trust Simply Safe with your peace of mind. Advanced security technology helps you sleep at night. They put you and your family's safety first. Simply Safe's agents call you the moment a threat is detected. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Simply Safe's agents care about your well-being and are highly trained to help keep you calm and safe during stressful situations, staying on the line with you until help arrives. Simply Safe's customer-first policies make sure you're taken care of with affordable plans starting at less than $1 a day. And no long-term contract, no hidden fees, because feeling safe at home shouldn't break the bank. And the cool part is you go online to simplysafetom.com and design your own system for your house. How many sensors you need, cameras, motion sensors, and go to simplysafe.com, dial that up, and it arrives at your house in a giant box, and you install it yourself. And also, if you go to simplysafetom.com, claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. And you can check in with your home right there on your phone. That's simplysafetom.com.
Thank you very much. When we come back, we'll have some hot dog updates. Got some interesting stuff from the world of sports. Do you know what sky surfing is?
No.
There's a new world record. We'll find out about that. No sharks. That's a good thing.
Oh.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
We just landed. Good morning. Mark Allison along with you. On a Friday, August 26th, comedian Greg Hahn on the way in studio this morning. If you've never caught Greg on our show before, get a cup of coffee and get ready because he is high energy, lots of fun, and the comedy never stops. GregHahn.com for more. He's going to be appearing in Indianapolis coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday at the Allisonville Nursery in Fishers, Indiana. That's at about 114th Street off of Allisonville Road. And then on Sunday, August 28th at Helium in Indianapolis. My gosh, and who's he going to be appearing alongside? That's right, Willie Griswold and Greg Hahn. Again, Helium Comedy Club coming up this Sunday. And we have Greg Hahn all morning long in studio, as well as comedian Brett Terhune, and our staff member Jeff Oskey will be along with the news we failed to mention, all on the way on a Friday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Elton John and Britney Spears have collaborated for the first time, creating a slinky, club-ready single called Hold Me Closer that sees the pop icons take old sounds and fashion something new. The funky, piano-driven single uses Elton John's 1971 hit Tiny Dancer as the skeleton and adds elements from his songs The One and Don't Go Breaking My Heart, all with Spears' voice soaring and fluttering. The song is Spears' first music since 2016's album Glory. And Sly Stallone's wife, Jennifer Flavin Stallone, has filed for divorce after 25 years of marriage. She filed last week in a court in Palm Beach County, Florida, where they live. The 76-year-old star of the Rocky Rambo franchises and the 54-year-old businesswoman and former model married in London in 1997. It was the third marriage for him, the first for her. They have 3 grown daughters. And Mark Wahlberg wanted to surprise his family with his latest movie, Me Time. Boy, were they. They had no idea. Wahlberg has a nude scene in it. He says they were embarrassed, and his daughter in particular went purple, but they could not stop laughing. Mark Wahlberg plays the friend of stay-at-home dad Kevin Hart, and they reconnect for a weekend that gets outrageous. Me Time premieres today on Netflix. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
I got this new venture. It's called Say It to My Face.
Oh.
Swear to God.
Cool.
Hey, Josh, let's say someone talks smack about you on Facebook or Twitter.
Sure.
And the first thing you do is you'd call me, then I go to their house. And when they answer the door, I'll just yell, say it to my face. And then I'll jack them with a blood dart right to the larynx. And Christy, you and your ladies don't got to worry either, because I got you covered too. See, my friend Tasha and I are launching an all-female company called Oh, No, You Didn't. Swear to God. Well, it's hard to spell on the radio, but in print, it's badass. It's all hymenated.
Hymenated?
Yep.
So the next time some chick, calls another chick an obese whale when you post your porta potty selfie on Instagrams, just give me and Tasha a call. She'll go to that chick's house and slap the spit out of her while screaming, oh, no, you didn't.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like us dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I used to have a corporate job, but I figured why should I have a job that pays $200 a day when I could be a comedian and make that in a week? All right. There we go. I like going to job interviews. They're the worst interviews. Greg, before we get started, would you like something to drink? No, thanks. Had a few beers before I came in. Do you have any experience? I don't even have an appointment. They always ask you questions where they try to make you sabotage yourself. Have you noticed that? They're like, so tell us, where do you think you could use improvement? As if you're going to say, well, I am seething with hostility. I've got a debilitating character flaw. I cannot stop throwing staple guns. Does this look like ringworm to you? Tell us about yourself. Well, I've got pink eye and my foot's asleep. Got matching silverware for the plate in my head. I think I can fly. I collect ointment. What can you bring to our company? Head lice. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Next to you, the dumpster behind the airport. Where do I start? How do you like my weight belt?
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Wait, did you have a good night last night?
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
I got 7 hours of sleep for the first time in ages.
Oh, good for you, man.
I mean, there were a couple of interruptions.
Sure. Good.
Oh, really?
Going for number 8? I'm sorry?
Going for number 8.
Going for
Look
number
at
8? Oh, very funny, Ace. No, I was actually going to number 1. I went, Ace, you reach a certain age where you either wet the bed or get up and...
Gotcha.
Where you been for the last half hour? Reading a book? No, trying to piss.
Oh, there was no problem doing it.
I did pretty well last night until my cat decided that my back was a scratching post.
Oh.
I guarantee I have marks.
Kinky.
That's hot. There's Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby on my last nerve manning the track phone hotline.
Already?
No, now he's trying to irritate me, which before he was just existing and it irritated me. And then we fell in love. You heard that part.
Right, sure.
And then we're not in love anymore.
Well, that happens.
Lols.
Here we go. There's Willie Griswold.
You two are like a Nora Ephron movie.
I'm Chick McGee. And when Ace met Chick. And here's Tom.
Now, coming up later in the show, we have a reason to play this.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
A little bit of Star Trek news coming up. And also...
Hello. I'm Mr. Ed.
Oh, my Lord.
A little bit of Mr. Ed news coming up.
News? Is it really Mr. Ed related news?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
It may or may not involve LSD. Okay. And I'm also very excited about the fact that we once again have Jess Hooker here, and she has once again... I don't. Has she steamed the wieners? Or do we know?
Do we have wieners available?
We have wieners. I know that we're going to be. We have wieners for a reason today.
Yeah.
So we'll be featuring this.
Sucking on chili dog, outside taste free.
Thank you, John.
Well, that's a good song.
Wait a second.
I love it.
Did Jess Hooker bring in chili and we're going to drink chili through hot dog straws?
That's impossible.
We could probably do that next week. That sounds good. But no, you'll see why all those things are relevant to today's show. Very excited about that. And Pat, we've got some music requests from you.
Oh, yeah?
I'm very excited about that. But first, we dip our toes into the world of sports.
And I don't know what to do about sports this morning because it's all bad news. Starting with Buffalo Bills punter Matt Araiza, known as the Punt God, and apparently 2 of his former San Diego State teammates reportedly have been accused in a civil lawsuit of raping a teenager at an off-campus party last fall held at Araiza's house.
Oh, man.
The lawsuit was filed in San Diego County Superior Court. It accuses Araiza and his friends of a Halloween party. The plaintiff is she is now 18, and she's identified in the complaint as Jane Doe because she was underage at the time. Add to that, the Buffalo Bills released a report just a couple hours ago that said they were aware of the allegations against Matt Araiza, and they are, at this point, somewhat satisfied of his explanation. But the short part of the story is he's been named the number 1 punter going into this NFL season. The Colts have already signed the old Buffalo Bills punter, Matt Hack, with 2 A's. So we'll see where this story goes.
Yikes.
I have no idea. Plus, the Cincinnati Bengals and Los Angeles Rams have ended their joint practice sessions. Can best be described as a chippy day. According to reports and plain as the day video, Aaron Donald is swinging a helmet at Bengals players before getting finally thrown to the ground. Players threw fists and helmets. It was a scuffle. It was a melee. It was a brouhaha. A final free-for-all. He got thrown to the ground. Bengals coach Zach Taylor tried to downplay the event, saying emotions ran a little bit high. Was that Robert Shaw? Oh, that's in The Sting when he gets caught by Paul Newman. Paul Newman finally pisses Robert Shaw off, and then he goes, I'm going to go have a little drink. Emotions seem to be running a little high. Love that movie. So we'll see what's happened here, Tom, is this is a private practice between two teams.
This is the new thing.
This is a new
Why
team.
do they do that?
So the coaches can get because in a preseason game, it's primarily run like a game, but coaches can practice goal line for 5 or 6 series or whatever in a joint practice.
Oh, okay.
There are different things they can do in a joint practice.
Why would they do that with both the teams that were in the Super Bowl that probably have a little bit of a problem with
Zach
each other?
Taylor was on the Sean McVay, and it's easy to organize it and get it done. And for some reason, it's all Washington's fault, and they were on the staff there together. And they tend to do this with friends that are other coaches. So that's how the Bengals and Rams got hooked up. But the other problem you're having is this video of him swinging this helmet. You remember who was that?
Yeah, not too long ago.
Miles Garrett of the Browns swung a helmet at Mason Rudolph and would have killed him.
Yeah, we were like, what the hell were you thinking?
And that's the way Aaron Donald was swinging the helmet.
And Aaron Donald weighs more than I do and has a six-pack. It is insane. When that man takes his shirt off, he is like a ripped piece of gristle.
So he would have power behind those swings.
Yes, and he's 6'5", 300 pounds.
And it's video, and it is, if you turn on a sports show, it's everywhere now. So something's going to have to be done. So they're going to have to step in and go, we need to put a good face on this somehow, because it's a deadly weapon. It's assault with a deadly weapon is what it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wonder what he said before he did it.
Excuse me. I think you stepped on my foot on purpose.
You think that's what he said?
Are we going to have a problem?
Nothing about mothers and genitalia or something.
I'm just glad the guy's head wasn't still in the helmet. That's why.
Well,
that would be,
that would have been 10 times worse.
Post-homicide.
At least 10 times.
Yeah.
You got a decapitation.
That's tough.
Boy, yeah.
Something the Predator might do.
Now, Pat, do you have our handout?
Yes, they're right here.
You have that? Okay. Well,
handout. You have a handout?
We're going to have a handout today because we're going to do a sing-along. And
we were left off the handout.
Yeah, we were.
I'm looking.
That's why I was wondering where the handout was.
Meet them out, and
yes, we'll have to hand them out during the next break. All right.
And another can of worms in sports: Novak Djokovic will not play in the U.S. Open. Anybody wants to guess why?
Vaccinations.
He's not been vaccinated. That's
We're
right.
We're still hanging on to that, huh?
And this is not allowed. He's not allowed to travel to the United States unless he's been vaccinated.
Good. I hope he gets it and dies.
Djokovic announced his withdrawal from last year's Grand Slam tournament on Twitter on Thursday, hours before the draw for the event was revealed. He's won the U.S. Open 3 times, runner-up last year. 21 majors. He's very good, but he has not been vaccinated. So there you go. And finally, well, not finally in sports, but finally for this break, I hope, a pair of, we're going to probably talk about this for the rest of our lives. Have you seen the video?
I don't know what you're talking about.
A pair of professional Australian soccer players.
Oh God!
Are they on the same team?
Yeah.
They're facing disciplinary action when they were caught engaging in public sex in a nightclub
with each other.
With each other.
Oh, okay.
What?
That's fun.
With each other.
You could use the preposition on each other.
Mm-hmm. I see. Now this is Australian rules football,
right?
Which is. What is it? Kind of like...
I'm pretty sure it's like American football with a lot more gay sex and nightclubs, right? Is that what it is?
I think that might be it.
Isn't it kind of like rugby or who knows? But Australian rules football. Can you read the setup on this?
I know the referee in Australian rules football has a lab coat on and a white pork pie hat. Mm-hmm. And when points happen, he runs down to the goal line and points both fingers down at the ground. Mm-hmm. That's all I know. And it's very cool. It's a good visual. According to TMZ, the men who play for the Glen Waverley Football Club in Melbourne reportedly made a bet during a day of heavy drinking that required the loser to perform intimate oral activities on the winner.
All right. These guys already liked each other.
Gosh.
You know what I mean? This is one of those.
I bet you won't kiss me. I bet you will. I bet I won't. Video captured inside a bar appears to show the loser holding up his end of the bargain. But I think we're all winners here.
I think in this case they all won. Yeah.
That's not a BJ. This is a BJ.
So that was a crocodile, not Hunter.
Crocodile Dundee.
Yes.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. One of the great moments in cinema. The only reason that movie was a hit, by the way, is that short clip.
Representatives for the Glen Waverly Football Club said it was taking immediate action to address the serious breach of our culture.
You mean sucking down under?
And values that has occurred within this incident.
I have a friend who will suck down under.
Yeah, you may be right. These fellows may have enjoyed each other's company prior to this.
Oh, yeah, that's an old ruse.
Ease a forward, ease a fellow back, ease a power bottom.
That's a hell of a Vegemite sandwich there.
I'm concerned Tom knows the term power bottom. I don't know.
What is a power bottom?
Power bottom is sort of a fallacy, right? The joke is that if you're a bottom, there's not a ton of power being...
Sorry, I'm supposed to wake up right now. That's on me.
Oh, you on Central Time?
That's the best of us.
That's a gentle alarm.
Josh, what were you saying?
A power bottom, the joke is that there's not a ton of power being displayed by the bottom.
The joke is, Christy, that really wouldn't be a position in a football game, even Australian rules football. You'd probably have your forwards and your...
Gotcha.
And I don't know what else you've got there. I don't know. I still don't understand what Australian rules football is, but...
I tried watching it at a bar one night, and it looks in between football and rugby, but I have no idea what it is. I don't know. There's not forward passes, I don't think. It's very confusing and hard to figure out.
And rugby's brutal. No pads. Those guys are spitting teeth out all over the place.
Oh, it's awful.
So the only thing these guys did wrong is it was public.
Right.
And they're right there at the bar.
Yeah, if they had been elsewhere.
One guy's down on his knee. And it's
fairly graphic.
They were apparently doing some pretty serious drinking. I think that's one of the rules of Australian rules football.
Oh, it's got to be, I would think. Yeah,
and there apparently wasn't a glory hole around. So, but talk about a team building exercise.
Yeah. Forget that thing where you lean back and your teammates catch you.
Yeah. The trust fall.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I tell you that guy's face was red. And then kind of white.
Oh,
hey, by the way, trying to change subject real quick. Get away from it. You mentioned the term glory hole. Mm-hmm. Well, yesterday, the owner of the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, was on Stephen A's First Take on ESPN.
Sure.
And it was huge. I mean, there were thousands of people, the Cowboys fans. That's why I watched it, because they're all awful. But have you ever had a boss that you respect, but they're in trouble? They're in charge, and they say something that's not quite right, but you don't correct them because
they're the boss.
They're the boss, and and they might get a catchphrase or some sort of slang.
Sure.
Kind of wrong, and you don't want to go boss. That does you're not saying that right. You're saying, well, that's what Jerry Jones has done for it seems like 15 years. Yesterday he was talking about getting what he wanted to say was getting the Cowboys back to the glory days.
Right.
Somebody, somewhere, once upon a time... Mixed them up, and he thinks it's glory hole days.
That's right.
And he kept saying it during the broadcast.
Wow.
I can't tell you, this is Jerry talking, I can't tell you how many times in my life when I've had it handed to me in a lot of different ways, but I went back to work, got up on Monday morning, and there it was, the glory hole. That's his quote. And then he says, for me, it's a reminder. I, too, have been here 23 years, and I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't.
Oh,
and so having said that, I want me some glory hole.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. What was he? I don't even know what he thinks he was saying.
Glory days.
The one time, but
glory hole. I want me some glory hole.
Do you think anybody's explained it to him?
I don't know.
And for those of you that aren't familiar with that, the glory hole, is there even a way to explain this? It would be for anonymous, intimate activities. There might be a, say, waist-high hole in the wall of a men's room. The hole would be about the size of what?
A penis.
Yeah, that's what I think it would be. It would accommodate even the largest.
I was gonna say.
I think the
something between a tennis ball and a baseball.
Yeah. You ever see that drill bit with 1.5 inches diameter? You're like, what's that for? Who needs that?
But they actually have. Isn't that the hole that they use in construction sites? So that they call that. I think there is an actual
but see, that's
term.
the hole at construction sites, which I haven't seen in quite a while. It used to be at eye level. That was the idea.
Yes, but it was still called the.
That was called the glory hole?
I believe so. I saw one in Baltimore, and I couldn't believe it once.
It was
eye level.
For a guy that was 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that guy. Yikes.
Well, how many holes do you have? You have a knot hole.
Sure.
You have a
bung hole and a barrel.
Well, we can do them in order. Let's do them A to Z. First, you got your A hole.
Yeah,
you got to ask.
Which is also a B hole.
Yeah, that's
Now your C hole, Christy.
The term is sometimes used to describe the result of excavation as part of the work on a construction project. I didn't make that up.
Okay, but still, it doesn't work contextually for Mr. Jones.
No.
And it's perfect because he's saying it, and he's a bazillionaire, and everybody's terrified of him, and he runs the Cowboys, and even Mike McCarthy would tell you that.
Is there a chance that he was using the other term for hole? Like maybe he was like, back in the day we were glory quarter, and then last year we were glory half. And then tomorrow we're going to be glory 3/4, and the day after that, we are glory hole.
No,
that's too much logic.
I don't know where a glory hole got into this.
Coming up in sports is what?
More world records. More world records, he's tried to say, yes.
Okay. Also, we have a very exciting day in news, but a very exciting day with guests. Comedian Greg Hahn will be joining us. Comedian Brent Terhune will be joining us, and we have a surprise for both of them. We also have a song coming up, a sing-along with Mr. Pat Godwin in the next room.
Oh, that's exciting.
Very excited about this. And we have a little surprise for Pat that he does not know is coming. Right now, I'll remind you that a lot of these people are on the road a lot, and when you're driving around doing comedy shows or music shows, whatever it is you're doing, you want to save some money on gas. That's where Upside comes in. And Josh, do you want to help me with this?
I would love to. This is Josh, that's right, with an incredible app that everyone who buys gas needs to know about. It's Upside. Some of our listeners have already earned over $200, $400, and even as much as $1,000. This app is a no-brainer. You need to download the free Upside app. Chris has written in, and he says he started using Upside about 3 months ago, and so far he's earned $90 back. So that's $30 a month. I mean, what the heck? What are you doing not having Upside? You have to get gas, as Chris says, so why not get money back as well? It's easy to use, it's real cash, and it really adds up. Use promo code Bob and Tom for 25 cents per gallon or more on your first fill-up cash back. Stop paying full price at the pump. Get cash back using Upside. In fact, people can earn 3 times more cash back with Upside than any other loyalty program or credit card reward. And it's available at businesses all over the United States. 30,000 plus total businesses, including big name brands, those gas stations you know and love, as well as some of your favorite local businesses. And Chris even says with teenagers who also drive, he is earning a good amount. Use promo code Bob and Tom when you download the Upside app. It's free, and it's going to get you 25 cents per gallon or more cash back on that first tank. That's code Bob and Tom on the Upside app.
Thank you very much, Upside. Greg Hahn will be our guest. Brent Terhune, comedian, will be our guest. Certainly looking forward to that. And we'll be hollowing out some more hot dogs a little bit later on, and there's a good reason we'll be doing that. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, I'm Morty Gleckman for Casket Carnival.
It's a Casket Carnival. You won't lose your shirt. It's a Casket Carnival. When we shovel on the dirt, we'll make sure you're really safe before we stick you in your grave. We won't steal from you. Casket Carnival.
We've got lots of games and prizes, and since many of our coffins are scratch and dent or gently used models, we pass the savings on to you at Casket Carnival. And don't forget to say hello to our lovable mascot, Embalmo the Clown.
Hey, yeah, there. Thanks for coming to the Casket Carnival. You're really gonna dig our prices there. Don't forget to ask about our layaway plan, huh? Hey, geez, what's wrong with these people? I'm dying up here, huh? At the cremation station, we want to earn your business. You know, sometimes I wish I were dead.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hope you're having a good Friday morning. It's August the 26th. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Thanks a lot for listening this morning. You can see the Bob and Tom Show right there on our YouTube channel anytime, even right now. Just go to YouTube and search the Bob and Tom Show. Next thing you know, you're watching the show in real time. We have lots of cameras in the studio. Jeff Oskey switching back and forth. It's almost like you're watching a TV show, but we're on the radio. Wait a second, we're on the internet. Wait a second, we're everywhere. Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Friday morning when Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell delivers what will be his most closely scrutinized speech of the year later this morning. Investors and economists will be turning over his remarks for any clues about how fast the Fed may continue to raise its short-term interest rate and for how long. With inflation hovering near a 4-decade high, nearly 9%, Powell will likely stress that the Fed is determined to bring down to its 2% target no matter what it takes. The Fed's rate hike may well defeat inflation in time. Fear is growing they may cause a recession in the process. Powell's remarks will kick off the Fed's annual economic symposium at Jackson Hole, Wyoming. British residents will see an 80% increase in their annual household energy bills. The UK's energy regulator announced Friday costs will go from £1,900 a year to over £3,500 in October. It follows a record 54% annual spike last April. The costs roiling the British economy, which has the highest inflation rate among the group of 7 wealthiest democracies and has seen disruptive strikes for months as workers push for pay to keep pace with the increasingly expensive cost of living. Charities, public health leaders, and even energy firms warn of catastrophic effects on poor people already struggling to afford their essentials. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Video shows the fan. He hollows out the center of the hot dog with a straw, then dips the hot dog into his beer and sucks it through the hot dog.
Try that.
You know what? They say don't knock it till you try it. And I'm going to have to try 6 because you can't just get it with one. You know what I mean?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
When I say America, what comes to mind? For me, it's simple. Mom, apple pie, and whole milk. They've been around forever. Let's hope that doesn't change. But did you know this country is actually importing whole milk? Why waste the money shipping milk from overseas when we've got the best darn fresh milk in the world right here on our own soil? You have a choice, America. So the next time you're in the market for milk, look for the flag. Old Glory Whole Milk. Old Glory Whole Milk stands alone. It's the best milk across the board.
Hey, fellas. I'm long-time over-the-road trucker, Floyd Tucker. The next time you crave whole milk, ask your fellow truckers where you can find Old Glory Whole Milk. And then ask if they're a cop. Take it from me. It's something else.
Old Glory Whole Milk. Just say when.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
The Detroit Pistons, former champs of basketball. I have so many souvenirs, it's hard to list them all. I have piston pants. I have piston shorts. I have piston beer mugs. Sometimes people don't even notice. I have piston ashtrays. I have piston shoes. I have piston basketballs. When I dribble, they do too.
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I'm blind.
Jeez. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
On that coming up.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
At the Upside Sidekick desk. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Now, we have a couple things we have to get to. We have some world records in sports. We have a lot of letters. I always love reading these.
Well, and people are rushing to the aid of Jerry Jones, owner of the Cowboys, but I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
Jerry's in oil, and when they hit glory hole for him is in drilling, and they find the big oil hole. And
okay.
It's not some sort of interlude in a gas station bathroom.
Oh, the glory hole in
oil.
The glory hole is street slang for a rather.
Yeah,
and hasn't that now usurped the actual? The refinery. At what point do we go? Okay, glory hole mostly means
not refinery technology.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Again, a glory hole is a wall with a hole at a certain level for an anonymous intimate encounter.
Usually between two stalls.
Yeah. And how big is the hole, Josh?
About the width of a penis.
Okay.
I would assume it's a little bigger, so
I would hope.
there'd be a
That's
little
what I
bit,
said about.
a little bit of breathing room. Okay.
Wait a minute. It depends on what you're into.
Yeah.
If you like it.
It could function as a
ring
of sorts. Yeah. Let's keep talking about this.
Okay. We have a tribute. Let's change the subject, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
When I say America, what comes to mind? For me, it's simple. Mom, apple pie, and whole milk. They've been around forever. Let's hope that doesn't change. But did you know this country is actually importing whole milk? Why waste the money shipping milk from overseas when we've got the best darn fresh milk in the world right here on our own soil? You have a choice, America. So the next time you're in the market for milk, look for the flag. Old Glory Whole Milk. Old Glory Whole Milk stands alone. It's the best milk across the board.
Hey, fellas. I'm long-time over-the-road trucker, Floyd Tucker. The next time you crave whole milk, ask your fellow truckers where you can find Old Glory Whole Milk. And then ask if they're a cop. Take it from me. It's something else.
Old Glory Whole Milk. Just say when.
Thank you very much. Glory hole milk. Okay. We have to get back to the world of sports. What have you got over there?
Let's see. Well, we have to do this. Stupid world record. This could be the silliest one. A stunt car driver. So
yes.
you're sort of in, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Stunt cars? Yeah.
Fun.
That's badass.
He's broken the Guinness World Record for the tightest parallel park in an electric car.
So it's obviously a man.
That old nugget. Okay.
Women can't drive.
No, they not. They can drive, Willie. They can't parallel park.
They can't because
No,
they're
by the way,
boobs.
I can't either.
They can't drive golf balls with their boobs. Paul Swift earned the record title at the British Motor Show. He managed to park an electric Mini Cooper between two others, leaving a total gap of just 11.81 inches.
Well, I can do that as long as I'm allowed to hit the cars. Can you do a Dodge car style?
I'm going to leave the name out. Do you remember at one point in Miami, Florida, there was a certain girlfriend of his, and he was trying to parallel park, and it took him 38 turns, little things.
Right.
And she goes, I guarantee you I can do this in 3 turns. And then she he got out of the driver's seat. She got in, unparalleled parked it, did it in 3, and I've been making fun of my dad ever since.
Oh.
I cannot parallel park. I know there's a trick to it. Whatever
There
it
is
is,
a
I can't
trick,
do it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You want to know the trick? You're supposed to line up your rearview mirror with your
Side mirror, right?
yeah, the side mirror with your back driver's side driver's side taillight rear, with the front. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I go mirror to mirror. You do full 360 rotation. You back in until 45 degrees, and then you straighten the wheel. You back more in.
Well, now with all those little things on the camera, the backup camera, you can it lines you right up. How do you? It's easy.
I'd rather just park elsewhere.
There are some that'll do it for you.
Yeah. That's really insane.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Yeah, I live in a town where there's a lot of parallel parking, so you have to do it.
No wonder I don't live there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure I could pass the test either.
Hey, by the way, just a gap of just 11.81 seconds, and he had only
inches.
He had only 3 seconds to accomplish.
What? I didn't know that.
3 seconds.
Wow.
That's what Swift only had 3 seconds to accomplish.
That's the most impressive
the
part.
record-breaking parking job.
So he must not have pulled forward, just a pure back end job then.
Boom, boom, boom.
Wow. Well, good for him. I could not do it.
You ever have somebody watching you parallel park?
Yeah, and then you get really nervous. And
They're sitting on the porch and you're just
I'm
backing in like a
guessing-
jerk.
Did your dad teach you to drive?
No, a nice man who wore sandals taught me how to drive.
Who wore sandals? What-
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Why can't he just manifest that car into the parallel
Hey,
parking
Christy,
spot?
have you watched this video?
What video?
The parallel parking
No.
video. The guy is driving at speed.
Yeah, he must just
Kinda
whip
slams
he
on
just
the brakes
whips
and-
around
yeah.
and slides into
Yeah,
the
he just
spot.
slides into the spot.
Like a glove.
It's
I
not
mean,
like a traditional parking.
If anything had gone wrong, he would have crushed 3 cars. It's really talent. This guy knows what he's doing. That'd be really cool.
Oh, he's
to
a
see
stunt
on the street.
driver, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Cool.
Okay. Now, you've got another world record?
Yes, I do. Stupid world record.
Oh, my God.
Equally idiotic. A sky surfer has broken his own Guinness World Record. You know, sky surfing. It's on ESPN.
Is it like one of those? It looks like he has a snowboard, but he's up there falling.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
what
his
it is.
feet, the guy's feet are attached. I don't know if they're. I guess they're attached to what looks like a giant skateboard.
Okay,
or surfboard.
Most helicopter spins while sky surfing. Keith Edward Snyder, his nickname is Kebby, Kebe, K-E-B-E with umlauts over all of them. I don't know. He beat his previous record 160 spins with a new total of 175. For the record, he jumped out of a plane with a board strapped to his feet, performed rotation after rotation while in free fall. That evidently is sky surfing and helicopter spins.
So are you? I have a question.
Don't
when you
ask
do this.
me.
He's upside down.
That's my question.
Yes.
So he's. So if he doesn't open the chute on time, he.
I noticed in the video there's somebody skydiving, right beside him, but near him.
Well, yeah, I mean, if someone's taking a video.
Yeah, the guy's taking the video.
No,
there's another guy in back of him.
I don't know if it's like a safety guy.
What's that guy going to do? Get vomited
Catch
on?
him?
Get
Yeah.
vomited on?
Sorry, this didn't work out.
Yeah, this guy.
Better luck next time.
This guy's about to become a vomit sprinkler, spinning around like that. Could you pass out doing that?
Well, yeah.
That's why I thought maybe he's a safety blanket. He can dive in,
Do they have a? Here's a question. Can you get what would it be, like an altimeter?
I thought there were.
That if you reach a certain level, it automatically would pull the ripcord in case you pass out.
I would hope. Something like that.
Well, okay. Well, this is cool. No sharks to worry about sky surfing. Of course, gravity and the ground are your two.
Yeah.
are your two foes, if you will.
I beg to differ. What about Sharknado?
Because sometimes sharks don't attack. Gravity in the ground.
Yeah, they're
constant.
We seem to have found that gravity, kind of a concept that doesn't go away. Just a general rule. There may be some exceptions. I'm not sure what they are. Coming up, we have a special sing-along here in the Bob and Tom Show. Also, we have an opportunity with some guests coming in. Greg Hahn, comedians Greg Hahn and Brett Terhune, to do a little bit of an experiment. I'm pretty excited about that.
Hey, today's National Dog Day.
Oh.
Oh, hello, hello, ladies.
Yeah, so all you dog lovers out there,
Puppers.
hug your puppy today. Take him out for a pup cup. Treat him.
Treat your dog.
Okay, well, every day's puppy day for me. Spoke to the girls this morning. We had a little chat.
Yeah? Did they talk back?
No. One of my dogs, I've always said this, if dogs could talk, she would just choose not to.
Oh, okay.
It's not her thing.
Okay.
Very quiet, calm. Well, coming up, we have phalluses in the news. And we have panda news. I know you're a big panda fan. Star Trek news coming up as well. Snake news and great comedians. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Boy, this week in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky sure has a lot of dummies in town. It's the annual ventriloquist convention.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show. I'm sorry? What did you say? From the ventriloquism convention?
Yeah. And I'm not moving on this.
I can tell. We can tell. I can tell your lips are pretty still there. Jerry, what's the name of your partner?
Timmy.
Timmy?
It's Julie.
Can Timmy? Can Timmy speak into the phone? Hand him the phone.
You're going to drink some water.
Drink some water while talking to us. Okay, great.
Go ahead.
I'll just call you back.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Hey, this is sponsored by the Big Green Egg. Beginning Wednesday, August 31st, you can make your picks in the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em Challenge. It's your chance to win a Big Green Egg Mini Max. We gave away 18 or so of them last year. Every week, a winner not only got to talk to Chick McGee and pick the following week against him and his shoe-in picks, but they also got a Big Green Egg Mini Max for their own property. That's right. Next thing you know, you could be cooking on a Big Green Egg Mini Max. All you have to do is pick the winners of the pro football regular season. It's just that easy. No point spread involved. You just pick the winner and say, I think this team's going to win. And if you pick the most winners in a week, you could win the Big Green Egg Mini Max. Details coming soon at bobandtom.com/contest.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. California will require all new cars, trucks, and SUVs sold in the state to run on electricity or hydrogen by 2035. It's an ambitious move away from gasoline-powered vehicles and the pollution they emit. The requirements come in phases starting in 2026, and it will take 13 years for them to become fully effective. But there are some challenges to meet. EVs now cost substantially more than gas-powered vehicles, and there are shortages of precious metals needed for the batteries that run them. Drone detection technology is now being tested at Los Angeles International Airport. LAX has joined Miami International in testing the system. The Transportation Security Administration says the technology detects, tracks, and identifies drones entering restricted airspace around LAX. There were 50 reports of drone sightings last year. So far this year, 38. And that's within a 10-mile radius of LAX. The drones pose a clear and present danger, of course, to airport security. And EU lawmakers have a new reason to be annoyed with Britain. British sewage overflows are seeping into the English Channel and North Sea. Heavy rainfall after weeks of dry weather has overwhelmed parts of the British sewage system, causing untreated wastewater to be discharged into rivers and seas in recent days. This is mainly a problem right now for British citizens who've been banned from beaches this week and are concerned about the impact on wildlife. But the British sewage spills could also threaten bathing waters, fishing grounds, and biodiversity in the EU. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's a
cow.
good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
We have comedian Nick Griffin. Nick, you were saying that you were a communications major in college, but you have trouble communicating with people.
I think what my big problem is I don't care about the same things that other people care about, and obviously I live in Hollywood and there's constant entertainment news, and you just everywhere you turn, every little article in the grocery store line. Demi Moore, she has a career, 3 kids, and is going out with a 28-year-old hunk. How does she stay so fit? I don't know. She makes $10 million a movie. That might help. For that kind of money, she could hire a guy who did nothing all day but swat cookies out of her hand. Literally.
Oh, cookie!
Stop it! Stop it! Get a whole nother guy for cakes and pies.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Ed Yeager.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you again.
I'm glad football season's almost here. I love football.
I do too.
I was I was in a hotel room, and I was watching a football game, and I opened the drawer, I pull out the Bible, I turned to John 3:16. Mm-hmm. And it actually says, "Sitteth thee in the end zone with a large sign."
Well, internet porn.
Oh.
Well, there's
photography. People don't go, photography. People don't go to porn shops anymore.
No?
Because of the internet.
Oh, that's true.
But I think you miss out on the social aspect.
Is there a social aspect to that?
Yeah, well, you avoid eye contact. Try to hide your titles. Tranny. Oh, no, I was working on my car. The other day, though, I was watching gay porn.
Uh-oh.
No, wait, I'm sorry. I was watching pro wrestling.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 20.
Coming up.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
Josh Arnold here at the Upside Sidekick chair.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Coming up, comedian Greg Hahn, comedian Brent Terhune will be joining us. Certainly looking forward to that. And we have a little surprise for those guys. Right now, it's time for our first sing-along.
Oh.
Our first. That means there's more than one today.
Man, I hope so. Nothing picks me up like a sing-along.
A forced one.
Yeah. Michael row the boat ashore. Hallelujah.
Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad you didn't have to live through that folk era?
Oh, we had to do all those in Sunday school.
Hang down your head, Tom Dooley.
I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, thank God for the Beatles, okay? But we have a...
we are again.
They say, write what you know. And Pat has written a song about something he's quite familiar with. And does this need any kind of introduction, Pat? And does everyone know where you're supposed to sing? I
kind of don't.
Taken the liberty of printed out the lyrics.
I think
right, but there's
haven't we sang along on this before?
But nothing's marked.
Yeah,
anywhere you want, really.
Oh,
anywhere we want.
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty obvious where you come in.
It's supposed to be a little bit of a train wreck, like a bar song.
And this is about.
Hey, and I want you guys to check your egos at the door, okay?
Oh, okay.
Isn't that what they said?
There are no stars.
This is kind of like We Are the World. And this is kind of a drinking song.
Yeah.
Okay, Pat, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Oh, it's a party.
Right? Well, we're tipsy at Thanksgiving and only 17. The cherry cokes, don't tell our folks, are rum and grenadine. Hey. You know who's responsible for our inebriation? Dad's younger brother, drunk at every occasion. Drunken uncle. He pisses off your mom, the one who buys you beer for your senior prom. Drunken uncle, sick on the side of the road. Christmas Day, he spent the night hogging the commode. Hey! Hogging cannot come out. I'm an uncle now, and I have lots of nephews and nieces.
Hi, Uncle Pat.
Give them a sip of beer, and they love me all to pieces. I sing them silly songs, tell them dirty jokes. I give them a shot on New Year's Eve and say, please don't tell your folks. I'm drunken uncle. One in every family, in a trio of brothers. The odds are 1 in 3. My brother Jim is a judge, Jack's a PhD. With bloodshot eyes, I realize the drunken uncle's me.
With bloodshot eyes, he realized the drunken uncle's he.
A drunken uncle. At weddings, I'm a blast. I'll fall into the cake and grab your mother's ass. Drunken uncle. I think I'm real funny, but no one laughs when they lend me $1,000 and never get back their money.
Here's a drunken uncle. All right.
The drunken uncle. Thank you very much, Pat. That'll be featured on your new album, is that correct?
Yeah, Christmas bonus coming out October 7th.
Christmas bonus. So there'll be Christmas songs and
Halloween
Thanksgiving songs and Halloween.
Oh, I was going to say I wasn't going to purchase it until December 1st, but if there's Halloween and Thanksgiving, I'll purchase it the day of.
Why isn't it holiday bonus?
And by purchase, I mean
because you don't
steal
get
a copy from you.
Wait a second, hang on a second.
Tom. What a stupid title, Christmas bonus.
This is
Should be a holiday bonus.
Who came up with that?
Called Christmas bonus.
Nothing wrong with holiday bonus.
And some people don't celebrate Christmas.
And there's other holiday songs on there.
Hanukkah.
There is a Hanukkah song.
You like being exclusionary?
Yes, I do. Yes. If I want fences, I want restrictions on all people. I like name tags. No, it has been traditionally called the Christmas bonus.
I do like the idea of a holiday bonus, and on that note, I do want a Labor Day bonus. How does that sound?
Your bonus is you get Labor Day off.
There you go.
No, I want money, is what I was saying.
Oh, well, that's not happening. Okay, I'm sorry. We go back to the sports page.
One more. Here we go. Ready? Stupid world record. Seems like we've been talking about this forever. Pizza and utensils and related utensils to pizzas, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's been mentioned a lot this week, yeah.
The spear.
Sure.
Pizza is very popular.
Yes, it is. New Jersey woman. A lady from New Jersey has been awarded the Guinness World Record for her collection of nearly 700 pizza-related items.
Ooh.
Is she a fat?
I would think.
Big gal.
Quite a load, yeah. Talina Kapari of Kenilworth.
Oh, Talina's a fat name.
Exit 17.
Come on.
Said she received word this week from Guinness verifying that she's now holder of the record for the largest collection of pizza-related items. With her new title, Ms. Kapari has big plans to unpack all her storage boxes of pizza items and turn her garage into one big pizza museum.
That's right.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah. Hey, kids. You want to go to the pizza museum this afternoon?
Oh, no, another pizza cutter, huh? Oh, that one's got Woody Woodpecker.
It's really something.
Bet she has a pizza spear.
And his beak is where the pizza goes. That's really something.
Pretty cute.
Wait a second. You wouldn't go to a pizza museum, though? Let's drop the negativity.
A legit one. I don't know that I'd go to this lady's garage.
Wait a minute. What would mean a legit one?
There's probably a legit one somewhere.
Yeah.
So what? What are you going to do there?
Eat pizza.
Oh, find out the history of.
Who cares? I'd rather go to a pizza parlor, have a decent pizza pie.
Josh and I went to the Spam Museum.
Oh, I love that place. Yeah. I've been twice.
That was fun.
Big fan.
What's at the Spam Museum?
Oh, that was
everything spam related you'll ever want.
Did they show them making Spam?
Everything.
No, there's no Spam manufacturing happening in the museum, but it's the factory's right there.
Do you get samples?
Get to eat Spam?
Sometimes they have the Spam food truck open, yes, and you can dine there if you like. But you can buy all kinds of tins of it. We did.
Now, have you ever made a Spam pizza?
No, but that doesn't sound bad at all. I like Canadian bacon and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's very good.
You've had it.
There's a place in town that does it, yeah. And I like to do a Spam and ricotta pie.
Really?
It ain't bad.
And I know, Tom, you'll disagree with this, but Spam and pineapple, I bet, is a popular pizza in, say, Hawaii.
Right.
Of course, yeah.
Spam's a delicacy there.
Yeah, well, that's Spam is. Don't they even have Spam at McDonald's in Hawaii?
I believe so.
It's very, very popular.
If they don't, they're leaving money on the counter. Yeah.
Yeah. When we had we had a story this week where we learned about what a pizza spear was.
Yeah.
The I know, it was the Papa John's thing where a customer got stabbed.
I think it was an employee, and he was wasn't it?
The employee was being attacked
because the customer was pissed that he didn't get his garlic sauce.
Yeah, that was in Maryland. Here it is.
Yeah.
40-year-old customer complained his pizza it purchased was missing garlic sauce, as well as Pepperoncinis?
Pepperoncinis. They're the little, when you order Papa John's, you get the little banana pepper there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
The
he
great
began
salad
arguing
ones,
with the 26-year-old employee. The suspect went behind the counter, chased the employee around the store, and attacked him with a metal pizza paddle. The employee, in turn, stabbed the man with a pizza spear. We found out that's what you stick in the oven to pop the pizza bubbles. The crust bubbles. The crust.
Mm-hmm.
So, on the one hand, that's a testament to how good the garlic sauce is.
No kidding.
Be careful. But this guy is in trouble. What if it had killed him?
The spear?
That'd be really sad. How did he die? He died by pizza spear.
Yeah.
Again, he'll probably get his crust stuffed against his will in jail.
Yeah, I hope he's a meat lover.
Nice tag.
The old meat lover.
Is that sports?
Yes, that's sports.
Lucky, this is what you farted for.
Where we go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Mark Christie?
A Florida couple's honeymoon was cut short this summer.
Why was that?
Well, thank you for asking, Josh. The husband allegedly left his new wife to solicit a prostitute.
Oh.
Well, she can't go with him. That's awkward.
That would be Chris. Chick is right. That would be awkward.
That would be awkward.
Thanks, Josh.
Paul Karofsky, 34.
I've never felt more love.
Chris. Hey, Chris. I was looking at Christy Lee.
45 years.
Tarofsky was among the 176 people arrested during an operation targeting human trafficking in Hillsborough County. While on his honeymoon, Mr. Travasky allegedly answered an ad from an undercover detective posing as a prostitute.
That's baiting. This should be illegal.
The newlywed allegedly left his wife at their hotel and went to the undercover location
Entrapment.
where he was promptly arrested. It is entrapment.
Yes. Bull crap.
Well, I think you're missing the larger point. The guy just got married and he's already. Honey, go down to the pool, work in your tan. I'm going to go down to jail.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well for their marriage.
That's rough.
It's supposed to be something borrowed, something blue, not blown.
Follow up to the story.
Certainly something borrowed. Well, rented.
Apparently the couple has grown apart in the 3 hours since the ceremony.
No joke.
Now, that's annulment territory, isn't it? Not necessarily divorce territory?
I would think.
Well, I think the consummation, right? Is that? I don't know.
I'm not sure it's that.
Yeah,
I base all this.
annulling.
Base all this on movies.
Chris, were you ever annulled?
Never annulled.
Okay.
Josh, thank you. But I'm chick, by the way, but I appreciate that.
I didn't hear that last part.
I knew you
but,
before you worked here.
I don't see the issue. He didn't cheat. He
I think
didn't
the
do
argument
anything.
can be made.
He didn't
I knew
cheat.
you better than anyone in here before you
He
were
solicited a prostitute.
Yeah,
he was going to
didn't-
cheat.
He didn't cheat. The cops stopped him before it got serious. This guy is fine. He's a fine guy.
Man, I just wanted to know what the thrill was to try to hire one. That's all. I wasn't going to do anything.
Anything wrong.
Get married, Willie, and try that. See what happens.
You're saying legally it shouldn't necessarily be, but married, or what are you saying?
I'm saying
The wife should be fine with this?
he didn't do anything. He was saved by the police department. Nothing wrong happened.
No, this is a problem. Coming up, we'll be joined shortly by comedian Greg Hahn. We have a surprise for Mr. Hahn. He's one of my favorite comedians. Can't wait to see him.
Does Chris get to enjoy the surprise?
I hope so.
Yeah, man.
Yes, he does. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you for asking. Right now, yesterday we spent most of the morning experimenting with the so-called hot dog straw, the wiener straw. For those of you that saw the video, how would they see the video, Ace?
YouTube.
Thank you very much. It's always nice when you speak in complete sentences and get at least two of the words
Doesn't
out. YouTube.
You gonna put up with that, Ace?
You could have seen Josh turning the. It looked like when he's putting the straw in like a hot dog musket.
I didn't
as
know,
you
but
were ramming.
there is a highlight. Yesterday, Jess was watching Josh cleaning his wiener with much vigor. They both then looked at each other and laughed really hard.
But we'll talk about the hot dog straws. But let's talk about good food right now. Delicious food. That's where HelloFresh comes in. Now, the summer is kind of winding down, but there's still some great food out there for the summer. Farm fresh ingredients, that's the key to HelloFresh. HelloFresh does the shopping for you. They deliver the food to your house. You put it together. We're talking about delicious restaurant-quality food. What kind of food is it? Well, every week you've got 55 items to choose from, going from extremes on both ends. You can do, maybe you're a vegetarian, maybe you just love good old family-friendly comfort food. HelloFresh has got it. Once again, they do the shopping, they do the measuring. You put things together like this. What do you got over there, Willie?
One of my favorites, the barbecue pulled chicken tacos with creamy slaw and red onion. HelloFresh is going to send you 8 ingredients. You put those together in 4 easy steps. In just under a half hour, you have these delicious, colorful tacos from our friends at HelloFresh.
And the key to great cooking is always the little stuff, the stuff that you don't want to walk around the grocery store for half an hour trying to find the watercress. They've got all that stuff it's in the bag for you. Get all the details at HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Why the BT Show 16? That code gets you 16 free meals across 7 boxes from HelloFresh. Once again, BT Show 16, 16 free meals. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. That's HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming up, comedian Greg Hahn. Also, a new phallus in the news. Well, it's actually a really old phallus. Hey, phallus. And we have frogs having too much sex. That's right. Oh. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Good morning, sunshine. Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Good morning. Rolling through a Friday. Comedian Greg Hahn on the way. GregHahn.com. That's HAHN. Greg, spelled GREG. GregHahn.com. Friday and Saturday, he'll be at Allisonville Nursery in Fishers, Indiana. Then Sunday, August 28th at Helium in downtown Indianapolis with our own Willie Griswold. It's going to be exciting. Comedian Brett Terhune on the way as well. BrentComedy.com for more on Mr. Brent Terhune. Friday and Saturday, August 27th, coming up tonight and Saturday night, of course. The Funny Bone in Dayton, Ohio. Your chance to see Brett Terhune live on stage. And Jeff Oskey also along with the news we failed to mention. It is a Friday, or as we like to call it, Friday. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Buffalo Bills punter Matt Araiza and 2 of his former San Diego State teammates have been accused in a civil lawsuit of gang raping a teenager at an off-campus party held at Araiza's house last fall. The lawsuit was filed in San Diego County Superior Court. Araiza has been named the punter for the Buffalo Bills for the upcoming NFL season. Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams have ended their joint practice session early, a chippy day to say the least, that ended with Rams star Aaron Donald repeatedly swinging a helmet at Bengals players before finally getting thrown to the ground. Players threw fists and helmets during scuffles leading up to final free-for-all with Donald getting thrown onto the ground. Bengals coach Zach Taylor downplayed the event, saying emotions ran very high. 2 preseason games last night in the NFL. Kansas City beat Green Bay 17-10, and Houston blanks San Francisco 17-0. Major League Baseball, American League winners Tampa Bay, Seattle, Baltimore, Houston, Toronto, and the Yankees. And in the National League, your winners St. Louis, Philly, and the Mets. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Norman, honey, what you doing? It's getting late.
I'm downstairs, honey. Just getting some cereal. Snookums.
Thank God he found it. I was getting desperate. I hope this works. You know, Judy tried it with Ted, and she said he's become insatiable.
Boy, will Snookums be in for a treat, because her hubby is chomping on the new cereal for men who are sexually dysfunctional. It's Nuttin' Raisin, honey.
This sure is tasty. Honey, I'll be right up.
Nuttin' Raisin Honey, the cereal that gets you up in the morning, or any time for that matter. Nuttin' Raisin Honey. Eat them from the bowl or right out of the box.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
Has this ever happened to you?
Oh, my. Just look at that. What am I going to do?
What's wrong, honey?
Look in the mirror, all that gray. Boy, did it sneak up on me.
No, it didn't.
You mean it's been gray for a long time?
Only all of your life. Sweetie, your brain matter is supposed to be gray. Now close up your cranium and come to bed.
All right, dear. Oh, I'm so lucky to have you.
I totally agree.
Ha, 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 ha. If the top of your head is bushy and gray, hair color is not your problem. Remove that hatchet from your skull. Say hello to your cerebellum.
Oh, dear, you've got a little gravy on your blouse from dinner.
Oh, honey, that's not gravy. That's part of my frontal lobe.
Ha, 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 ha.
Just for morons. From Frigamo Industries. Axe for it by name.
What the hell?
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray, dear Lord, my soul to keep. And if I should die before I wake, I pray, dear Lord, my soul to take. But the prayers don't make me sleepy. I lay here tossing and turning with a fire down below that just keeps on burning. I could do what I think is natural, but one of my biggest fears are my dearly departed grandmother's words still ringing in my ears. You can't get to heaven with your hand on your no-no place. Your no-no's not a playground. Stay in a state of grace. You can't get your wings. Sing heavenly psalms. You'll just go blind with hairy palms. No, you can't get to heaven with your hand on your no place. Remember now, all your dead relatives are watching. Oh, religious peace.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is...
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, check.
Josh Arnold at the Upside Sidekick desk.
Chris.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Krister.
I'm Chick McGee. Apparently there's confusion about
we'll
my
put
name.
that to bed. It's Chick McGee.
Here's Tom.
Thank you very much.
We have a special guest. One of the legends is here.
Comedian Greg Hahn has joined us in the studio.
Oh, thanks for having me back.
Microphone on, please.
Come on. Is it on? Is it on?
We'll just get
Testing. 1, 2. Hey, how are you? Where are you from? What are you doing? How are you?
It's not on.
Hey, are we on? Am I on or off? I'm better off.
No, I'm looking at the. It's on.
It's on and it's coming into my.
What's going on? How are you?
Stat, we got a problem. Tom can't hear the headphones. Tom can't hear the microphone.
No, my headphones are broken. There we go.
How about now? We on?
I actually see what the problem is over here. I'll fix it while you guys talk.
Okay, testing. 1, 2.
Okay, Josh is getting up and he's turning the button on.
That's for Greg.
That's for Greg, but
it's fixed. We're good. Okay, we can go.
This is the microphone?
We can go from here. Thank you very much. Greg Hahn, how are you, sir? It's good
Can
to see
anybody
you.
hear me? Hey,
There we
Greg.
go.
yes, we
I
can.
love it. Beautiful, man. Are you paying it forwards? Are you trying to be a good person? Paying it forwards?
I like that paying it forward.
Not me. I'm paying it backwards.
How does that work?
Oh, yeah. I'll go through the toll booth. I'll say, hey, see that lady in the car with the kids behind me? She's got this. Then I step on it. I step on it.
Yeah, that works.
Give her the opportunity to be a good person.
That's great. It's always a great pleasure to see you, Mr. Hahn.
Thanks for having me. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's lots of guys out there going on dates. They got to know how to do it.
Yeah.
Let the lady talk. Let her talk.
Oh, yeah, that's it?
You don't talk. Don't brag. Guys brag. You know, like I'm a VIP member of Sports Clips. I don't bring it up.
No.
I've got outstanding penmanship. My head is waterproof. I try not to mention it.
Yeah.
And let her talk. Ask her questions to get her going.
Yeah.
Like, hey, are those your feet? Like, good questions, you know?
Yeah.
Open-ended. Make them open-ended. Hey, do you like stuff?
Oh, that's
You know
good.
Give her the psychological test. Like, what kind of an animal would you be if you were a squirrel? Like,
They can think.
if it goes well, don't call her for 4 days. Don't call her for 4 days after the date.
Why?
If it goes well, you know that, right, Willie?
No.
Don't call her, man. Don't be like me. I call her in 4 minutes, and then every 4 minutes until the authorities are surrounding my house. That's me. I'm working on it.
That's right.
So you're saying slow it down.
I call her while I'm driving her home. Yeah.
Okay. Greg Hahn is our guest. Greg is a distinguished comedian. Distinguished in that he's I'm not sure. He's distinguished from other comedians. And that he's a lunatic. Now, Greg, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but there's a thing that's going on right now, these so-called viral videos. You're familiar with these?
Yes.
Something will suddenly happen, and then it's suddenly everywhere. Typically, they emerge on things like TikTok. So you get thousands and thousands of sheep/lemmings/morons that will do whatever dumb thing this is. For example, eating Tide Pods and other things to thin the herd. Now, we had an interesting video last week in which a Yankee fan, New York Yankee,
right?
Not Doodle, but New York Yankee fan, took a hot dog.
Not Doodle.
Yes.
Chick.
No.
Can you imagine all the people driving around that thought he meant a Yankee Doodle fan?
Yeah,
Right.
Again, I'm talking to Mr. Hahn. So, as you know, when you talk with Greg
I
Hahn,
don't know what he meant.
clarity is of the essence. It's very
I
important.
used to worry about it and ask, but I just let it.
So, Greg Hahn, so the procedure is,
Yes.
you take a hot dog,
Right.
you take a straw, you pierce the hot dog lengthwise,
Right.
okay, and then when you remove the straw, then you have a hole the length of the hot dog. Then this gentleman used that hot dog as a straw to drink a beer.
Yes.
Now, we spent most of the show yesterday trying this with various beverages, and it was good with some, not with others. I kind of enjoyed it. I even drank coffee, a little bit of a Bloody Mary, and soda water. They were all good, but I like salty tasting things.
Right.
You
Well,
a
hot
dog
dogs.
eater?
Yeah, I love hot dogs.
Perfect,
Like a hot
because
dog.
we have Jess Hooker here who's bringing in a hot dog, and we are going to ask you to try.
Hey!
We have a beer for you.
Holy hell!
Man, you're lucky I didn't drink that beer already. I saw it in the fridge.
And we got a tall boy.
No, we're going to pour some into a cup.
What a day.
Now, do you have you already created the hot dog straw, or does he have to do it himself?
Yes. That's the fun of it.
Well, this requires some manual dexterity. And a certain skill level that
and towels.
Are you good with your hands?
I'm good with everything.
Yeah, we need to get him
Josh
some
just asked me if I drink. What? All right.
Here, I have.
That's very kind of you, Josh. It was being conscientious.
All right,
I have some paper towels, Josh.
Should we start?
In case this gets ugly over there.
He's
easy.
augering the hot dog right now.
Right through.
There you go.
Try to get it towards the center.
That's right. That's
we got it. We're good.
You're much better.
Well, no, that's probably not enough. You got to ream it with the
beer.
You got to ream it with the straw.
Now, Tom suggests leaving the shish or the
leave the stick in, and then you kind of use that as a guide.
Well, look at that. He's a natural at this.
He seems to be doing pretty well.
How do you get the hot dog out?
You suck the meat out.
It's out.
That was gross.
It's
Now,
out.
is that a cooked hot dog, by the way?
Yeah, either one.
Now you remove the straw.
Mostly
Take the straw
Take
out.
the straw out.
See, that's the whole point.
And then what we recommend is go ahead and take a bite off of that. Yeah, there you go. He knows. The man knows what he's doing. He's a natural.
Delicious. Now, here you go. You
Now,
dunk her in there. And
so there you go. He's sucking the beer.
That is great. I'm done talking for the show.
Yeah.
nothing like a nice morning beer.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Hot dog breakfast.
Hey, give him some paper towels.
They're here.
Got a nice clean shirt on. You don't want to ruin that. Okay. Very good.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Oh, man, this is
Well, you don't have to drink it all. You just want to try.
Hey, the man likes it.
Yeah.
It's awfully early for.
You don't want to squeeze the hot dog too hard because the beer flow.
Yeah.
You're moving.
Seems to.
That's happened to me with some dates. Hey, you want to loosen up there? My eyes are watering.
Turn on the 38 special, baby.
Delicious. Well, this is good.
As Marlon Brando said in Last Tango in Paris, that's no subway strap. I'll lighten your grip. Give me a push. What was happening, Christy? Greg, you don't have to drink the whole beer.
Well, I don't want to waste it.
That's right.
Why don't you leave him alone? Mind your own business.
Why are you bothering our guests?
This worked This worked much better than I thought it would.
Waste not, sober not.
Now, we all tried it yesterday, although I think Ace's try was pretty half-hearted.
Yep.
So the only person who hasn't tried it is Pat Godwin.
Yes, I have a lot of equipment over here.
Oh, what do you have?
I have an organ here and.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant.
No. The hot dog. You don't have a hot dog in there?
No.
We're going to work on getting Pat in here a little bit later on.
Oh, okay.
And we've made arrangements. And Pat does not drink alcohol.
No.
So we've made some special.
As far as we know,
just the heavy medication and the street drugs.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you got to draw the line. You got to draw the line. Body's a temple. You got
to cross addiction. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. We'll figure out something for Pat. In the meantime, I thought we would start with a story. I've got a little bit of a kind of a theme music.
Well, wait a minute, because we have a hot dog story. We have to do that.
Yes.
We have a hot dog story?
Yes. Oscar Mayer has combined two summer staples, hot dogs and popsicles, into a single treat they're calling the cold dog.
Oh, no.
The frozen pop reportedly tastes like the brand's hot wiener and is even topped with a mustard swirl.
Oh.
According to CNN, the cold dog is now on sale at $2 at select Pop Bar locations in Long Beach, New York City, New Orleans, and Alpharetta, Georgia.
No thanks.
No thanks. It's
So
right.
it's just a cold hot dog on a stick.
Well, it says it tastes like a hot wiener, but it's a cold dog on a stick.
Now, Christy, you have frozen hot dogs at your house, but you have 2 daughters.
Wow. What?
Mike.
Well, see, they can practice, as Mr. Mellencamp once said. Thank you, John. Oh, boy.
I really think you keep playing that. I think if you got a thin chili, a non-viscous chili, think Skyline chili, I think you could suck it right through that hot dog.
I think so.
And
Well,
then
yeah, you probably
But
could.
wouldn't the meat clog it? You'd have to blend it into more of a sauce.
non-viscous chili. You're missing the whole part of this. You need to get a thin chili.
It'd have to be a pretty big hole throughout the hot dog, too. Yeah, but
you're
it's
right.
possible.
Are you still eating the hot dog over there, Greg?
Yes, great.
Well, you are Mr. Nosy, aren't you?
Well, no, I couldn't help but notice it.
You offer the guy breakfast, he's going to eat it.
Okay, all right, okay.
You're right the other day, Tom.
That's a big breakfast for a Marine. You know that.
Besides Cheesefield, I seem to remember a Meatfield hot dog.
They did have a chili
inside the
dog. Yeah, and the chili was inside the hot dog.
Oh, really?
I remember having that.
I would imagine the hot dog lobby would step up and go, look, the hot dog is meat, right? Why do we have it to have meat filled? That probably would be a negative.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So they pre-hollowed out hot dog with the chili inside?
That's right. Yeah.
Is that still out there?
Maybe. But I remember we had them, too.
Yeah, I remember having some.
Yeah.
Bring one of those in.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. It wasn't as good as your own
but
chili.
it's less messy.
Right. And you don't have to make chili as well as hot dogs.
Yeah, oh, I see. It's less messy than a chili dog, although it would also, I can imagine young boys would take it and squeeze it and squirt their friends in the face. Hey, look at this.
The other good thing is they had an expiration date of 40 years. Yeah. Never. Just leave them on the counter.
This says at the tail end of 1984, Hormel introduced the hot dog stuffed with Hormel chili called the Franken stuff.
We had them as kids.
Yep.
Is it still there? Still in the market?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, we will move forward here. We have coming up a little tribute, but I've got
They pulled the plug in 95.
Oh, okay, that's a shame. This is something familiar to all of us.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Great theme song, really holds up, don't you think?
Yes,
it does. Yeah.
Great show.
Yeah.
It's okay, yeah.
I mean, it's just perfect for that show, though, I think. I mean,
What show is it?
Star Trek.
Oh.
The Ashes of Star
The
Trek.
original one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
The ashes of Star Trek actress Nichelle Nichols will be shot into space on a special memorial mission.
Oh, that's nice.
Nichols, known as communications officer Lieutenant Uhura, passed away on July 30th at the age of 89.
I mean, it shooting him into space. I mean, like, they're already ashes, so what's the worst thing that could happen?
Yeah. Well, they burned up and, well, you know what? Never mind.
According to Space.com, Nichols was a champion of human space flight and the recruitment of minority astronauts, but she never had the opportunity to travel into space while she was alive. Now, Celestius, a company that provides memorial space flight services, will send her cremated remains as well as DNA sample to space.
I wonder what the price point is on that.
As part of its Enterprise flight.
We had that. It's pricey, but it's obviously a portion of the ashes. It's not a lot of them.
Oh, really? It's not all of them.
I don't. Well, let me. We had the story
And
a
hopefully
couple years ago.
They did this for her for free, as advertising.
Yeah. Blasting off later this year atop United Launch Alliance's Vulcan rocket. Nichols' cremated remains will be accompanied by those of Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry, Star Trek engineer James Scotty Doohan, and 2001: A Space Odyssey VFX wizard Douglas Trumbull, among others.
Gotcha.
Vulcan's main job, however, involves sending Pittsburgh company Astrobiotics' Peregrine lunar lander toward the moon.
Okay.
So the rocket's already going up.
Right.
So this is
adding
kind of
to
a
it.
payload. I like the theme of this because she was associated with space travel. I wonder if they'll do this with other people in showbiz. Like,
What do you mean?
Like June Meadows?
There you go. Or I was thinking of Miss Kitty from Gunsmoke. You know, take her to a cow pasture.
Oh, I thought you meant to space.
Oh, my gosh.
Because June Meadows would be sent to the moon. That was
Jane Meadows.
Oh, Jane Meadows. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get the joke.
Yeah, no, that's my fault. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out how much this costs if you want to do it. I know you can buy your way on board. I'll find out the fee for sending ashes.
We'll have Ace work on that while you concentrate on the show.
Okay, sorry.
Any interest in this, Christy? Being shot into space?
No, not really.
Okay.
No.
How do you want to be?
I'd like to be cremated, but I don't want to be shot into space.
Buried it is.
What do you want with...
You can do with the ashes what you want. I don't care by then.
We all get some.
I will make love to them.
I'll rub them on me.
Josh,
oh, my God.
You're making love. I'm going to snort a little bit of Christy Lee. What are you doing there, Bob?
Wasn't that the rumor that Keith Richards snorted his dad?
Yeah.
But he didn't really.
I hope not.
Well,
Who knows?
Don't you want to get fired out of a cannon into a lake?
not really.
All right.
What about you? Yeah.
Fired out of a cannon. Wait. Not your ashes. Your body.
Your whole body.
We have to do it.
Like the burial at sea thing. We rent one of those human cannonball cannons.
Yeah.
Now the problem is,
left, boom! And you see his body just pinwheeling through, and we make sure we play the hey. Fires.
Yeah. So that's it. It fires and you hear. One last time.
Different color.
The problem is if it's a lake, those human cannonball things, they only shoot about 100 feet. So
right,
it's going to be pretty shallow. You're going to have to find a lake that drops down quickly.
Something's going to go wrong. He's going to skip across the shore and just slop into the water.
Kids are crying.
Yeah.
I want a 21 gun salute and I'm in it.
There is a
You're the 21.
you can do burial at sea.
Yes.
That's the thing. You can also pay for that. And there's also the remember, was it the state of Maine that now allows the
funeral pyre?
One of the northeastern states allows you can do an outdoor funeral pyre.
Yes.
There's also some that make a shroud. And
my grandpa wanted to be buried
just in the ground.
We couldn't afford it. It is expensive. So we just had him jump off the Golden Gate Bridge.
He'll get there eventually.
There are several sites out here that will launch your ashes into space.
Oh, yeah? What does it give the
price?
Do some more research.
Okay. We'll find out how much that costs. Once again, so it's Ms. Uhuru will be going into outer space. Again, what's the worst that's going to happen?
Very pretty, and
she looked good.
I want to say one of the first female
lead roles.
Yes,
right.
Terrific.
And an active recruiter for Minorities to the Space program.
Yeah, she's a wonderful person.
And speaking of the space program, heading to the moon. They're going to be sending up a rocket pretty soon that's going to do some preliminary stuff, orbiting the moon.
Can we just look over the notes that we have from the last time we were there?
There are 4 destinations available at Celestia, starting at $24.95 with flexible payment plans.
Is that $2,495?
Yep, that's
not
correct.
too bad.
Payment plans.
And that's like a small vial of the ashes?
They'll send you to space, return to Earth. They'll send you to the Earth's orbit. They'll send you to the surface of the moon or launch you into deep space.
You can go there and back?
That's a $12,000 one.
Now, how much to have your body launched into deep space? That's what I want. I
Your
just
whole body?
I just want my body floating around with a sheet of ice over it.
Yeah, that vaguely frozen thing.
Right.
When the sun hits it, it melts. He gets get in the shadow, it freezes again. Coming up in the news, Christy, give me the teaser.
Oh, coming up, we have a lot of great things. We have Ozzy Osbourne in the news. We have spanking making a return in the schools.
It's about time.
Hit him again.
Frogs having too much sex.
Frogs having too much
Yes,
sex.
and some interesting news out of Sydney, Australia, and night clubbing.
Okay, we'll look forward to all of those stories. Comedian Greg Hahn is here with us. Also, we'll be joined later on by comedian Brent Terhune. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
Hey, good news. You still have time to enter to win the Beyond the Bourbon all-inclusive sweepstakes brought to you by Team Kentucky. You, yes, I'm talking you, could win a VIP weekend pass to see the Bourbon and Beyond Music Festival taking place at Highland Festival Grounds. That's the Kentucky Expo Center. Featuring Pearl Jam, Jack White, Kings of Leon, Chris Stapleton, over 50 other bands. You could win VIP passes, airfare credit, hotel accommodations, ground transportation, and more! Exclamation point. Go to bobandtom.com/contest and just click on the Beyond the Bourbon contest to enter to win. Hurry and do it. This trip and the chance to win is running out. Brought to you by Team Kentucky, and good luck from all of us here at the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Elton John and Britney Spears have collaborated for the first time, creating a slinky, club-ready single called Hold Me Closer that sees the pop icons take old sounds and fashion something new. The funky, piano-driven single uses Elton John's 1971 hit Tiny Dancer as the skeleton and adds elements from his songs The One and Don't Go Breaking My Heart, all with Spears' voice soaring and fluttering. The song is Spears' first music since 2016's album Glory. And Sly Stallone's wife, Jennifer Flavin Stallone, has filed for divorce after 25 years of marriage. She filed last week in a court in Palm Beach County, Florida, where they live. The 76-year-old star of the Rocky Rambo franchises and the 54-year-old businesswoman and former model married in London in 1997. It was the third marriage for him, the first for her. They have 3 grown daughters. And Mark Wahlberg wanted to surprise his family with his latest movie, Me Time. Boy, were they. They had no idea. Wahlberg has a nude scene in it. He says they were embarrassed, and his daughter in particular went purple, but they could not stop laughing. Mark Wahlberg plays the friend of stay-at-home dad Kevin Hart, and they reconnect for a weekend that gets outrageous. Me Time premieres today on Netflix. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you everything I touch turns to sold.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
When your horse has run its very last race and there's nothing left to do, giddy up, giddy up. We don't think it's very good taste to turn him into glue. Giddy up, giddy so up. If your horse has lost his stuff and his legs aren't thin and bony, giddy up, giddy and if his meat ain't very tough, then he comes to Burger Pony.
Now, when you come into any participating Burger Pony restaurant and order our Swale in a Pail, every kid in your group will receive a free hot fudge sundae silence. And don't forget our Clint Eastwood Western spaghetti. And our delicious burgers, including the Daily Double and the Triple Crown. And remember our motto, if we're not in your neighborhood yet, your neighbors have probably passed a petition.
So if your horse has lost his stuff and his legs aren't thin and bony, and if his meat ain't very tough, then he comes to Burger Pony. Comes to Burger Pony. Comes to Burger Pony.
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Sid Gurney. Sid is at the microphone. Sid, how are you?
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
I think things are going pretty good so far, don't you, Sid?
No. Last night at the bar, Bob Donnie put on these dark glasses and made me tell this lady he was blind since he was a baby.
Really?
He said my job was to help line up something for him he calls a sympathy doink. So I go up to her, but before I could say hello, Donnie yells out, "Not the fat one, Sid, a friend."
Prove it. And it wouldn't hurt you to loosen up, Sid. Joke around with women, like I do. Be more self-defecating.
Bob and Tom. Well-meaning, but...
Yeah, they're...
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. Hey. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chip.
There's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Hey, Chicky.
Ace Cosby's here.
Howdy.
Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Our guest, Greg Hahn, is pretty tipsy because we had him manufacture a straw.
Blitzed.
Straw out of a hot dog.
Hey, nice shoes. What'd you bowl?
Okay. And he drank the entire beer through a hot dog. And ate the hot dog, too.
Both of them.
Okay.
Had two of them.
You ate 2 hot dogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't eat any hot dogs yesterday?
I just bit the tip off the one, and
It was so gross watching you bite it off and then let it back out of your mouth. Who does that?
You can see it on YouTube.
Oh, thanks.
You didn't chew it up and swallow?
No, I just spit it out, like you would a cigar. Okay. Let's move forward here. We have Mr. Hahn with us. You're a single man? Is that correct?
Single guy. And I tell you what, though, those hot dogs were delicious. I love meat.
Do you?
Let me tell you, inflation.
Yeah.
Here's how to get past that. Shop in the middle of the night. Get the 70% off. Go to the scratch and dent section of the store.
Really? Yeah.
Get that porterhouse 70% off. Only lightly stepped on. Come on, delicious. Went a long way for that one, baby.
That was a journey.
Well worth it.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Sometimes it's the journey, not the arrival. Now we just had this story about Uhuru from Star Trek. Nichelle Nichols, famously, was going to be cremated and sent her ashes sent into space along with those of Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry.
If you want to go to the moon, it starts at $12,500.
Your ashes, will they crash into the moon? Is that the deal?
Well, maybe they just drop them off. I don't know. I didn't read that much detail.
I want them to hit them. Yeah, you pay that money.
Yeah.
They better
I think they leave
land
them there.
on the moon.
Yeah, okay.
And then you can launch all the way into deep space, and that's another starting at $12,500.
That's what I want, but I want my body.
You want your whole body set?
Yeah.
They might not.
I want to be eventually discovered by somebody else.
Accommodate that.
Well, I'd like them to.
The former king of the earth. There he is.
Can you imagine aliens find your body floating through the...
Yeah.
Boy, he's a real fatty, fat.
Look at this. No way could we get him onto our ship.
You're wearing your Bob and Tom trucker hat.
No, but again, these services, this one's called, what is it called?
Celestius.
Celestis. They provide so-called memorial space flight services.
Yes, they have
But
anything
it's,
from...
again, it's just for your ashes.
Right.
So as I said earlier, so if the spacecraft blows up on the way up, what's the worst that can happen?
Right.
You're refried, if you will. Ashes are going up there. Pat, do you have a tribute to this?
Do ashes? No, I mean, I have a Star Trek thing I could do.
You have a Star Trek tribute?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually a Tim Cavanaugh tribute. Yeah. Take one of his old songs and diddle something to... It's called the William Shatner song. Here we go. My poor girlfriend has irritable bowel syndrome, and William Shatner souvenirs displayed in her home. She has Shatner pants. She has Shatner shoes. She has Shatner girdles. Sometimes people don't even notice. She has Shatner sheets. She has Shatner underwear. She has Shatner jammies. A Star Trek bed. She's even Shatner too. Isn't that beautiful?
It's lovely.
Thank you, Christy.
We'll have to apologize to Tim in letter form. Tim is up and running and doing well, by the way.
Yeah, he's on the road, I believe. I just saw some dates for him. Yeah.
Timmy boy.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Pat. Now we turn back to Christy Lee at the news desk. What else have we missed?
Well, Ozzy Osbourne says he swore off taking hallucinogenic acid after having a lengthy conversation with a horse. Ozzy says, I used to swallow handfuls of acid tabs at a time.
Good Lord.
The end of it came when I took 10 tabs of acid, then went for a walk in a field. I ended up standing there talking to this horse for about an hour. In the end, the horse turned around and told me to F off, and that was it for me.
It did?
Yeah, that's what he says.
So the horse was talking to him.
Sure.
Man.
Uh-oh.
That's exciting.
A talking horse. Is that what Ozzy contends?
Yeah.
Hello. I'm Mr. Red. A horse is a horse, of course.
What a great song.
And no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the
It's
horse
the
is
Don't Wake the Children singers.
Horse. Greg, were you a Mr. Ed fan?
Yeah, I like Mr. Ed. Sure. Great. Good show. I liked all those old shows.
Oh, okay.
No, thanks for the review. No, I feel like I've seen it.
A lot of detail.
Do you think if you watched an episode today, you would laugh?
Yes, sure. Nonstop.
Really?
As you know, I love shows with talking animals.
Yes, we know.
I still contend one of the best movies made in the last decade is Paddington 2. As a chick pointed out, they actually got a real bear to talk in that thing. That's how amazing it is.
Wow.
Have you seen any of the Paddington movies?
No, not
They're
one.
brilliant. They're really good. Yeah, Mr. Ed, I loved that when I was a kid. Remember when he played for the Dodgers? They show him sliding in, and you just see this this horse leg. You can imagine there's some gaffer or whatever
Had a horse leg on a stick.
off
didn't
camera with. All right, horse leg on a stick.
Yep.
Where'd they get that? I wonder. Ugh. That's one of those too much information things you don't want to know. We have a tribute to Mr. Ed.
We do?
Yeah, at one point they were trying to make a more sophisticated television.
Yeah?
Oh, come on.
And
Man, I dislike this.
Here's what happened.
In its ongoing effort to bring cultured programming to the beer-swilling, cheese-whiz-eating masses, Bob and Tom Television presents a new dramatic work. Tonight, we revisit Greek tragedy. Our story is one of carnal lust, in which our principal character kills his father in order to sleep with his own mother. This legend of Western civilization has been distilled into the lowest form of the theatrical arts, the 60s era sitcom. In this case, starring a talking horse. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you Mr. Oedipus.
This is the story about a talking horse who killed his father without remorse so he could go have intercourse with a horse that was his mom. Some might not think that it's okay for a horse and his mom to roll in the hay. Let's hear what this horse has to say. Well, listen to this.
I am Mr. Oedipus. Hello, Mother.
Hello, son. Why the long face?
I'm very troubled, Mother.
Why? You're hung like a horse and you come from a stable home.
It's your ass, Mom. I've seen asses that don't have an ass as fine as your ass.
What are you saying, son? You mean you want to horse around with me?
You're beginning to stir up some feelings inside me. Come on, Mom. How about you give me a little sugar?
Whoa, son. You need to rein in your unbridled passion.
Stop stalling, Mom. I'm hot to trot.
Hey, you've got to harness your emotions.
Oh, come on, Mom.
Now, Ed, sometimes nay means nay. And besides, what would your father think?
Don't worry. Dad won't be around for long. Get it? Furlong.
We do hope you enjoyed this tale of Mr. Oedipus. Join us again next week as we present a double feature, a radical new interpretation of a Shakespearean classic. Richard Harris, Barbara Eden, and Rip Taylor, starring in A Midsummer Night's Dream of Jeannie. And tune in to see what happens when the man who wrote the Iliad and Odyssey joins the United States Marine Corps. It's Jim Nabors as Homer Pyle, USNC. Only on Bob and Tom Television.
The Western classics.
Right.
When we come back, Christy, what's going on over there?
Oh, we have some interesting news out of Sydney and their nightclubs. We have a couple on their first date breaking into a church. We also have a Missouri school district making news because apparently seeing the principal will end in a spanking.
Oh. All right, a little corporal punishment.
Yeah.
Back. We'll find out about all these things. Plus, comedian Greg Hahn, comedian Brent Terhune. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. Bonjour. The perfect gift has arrived for the single man. The new cologne from the makers of Clintorius and Bonaire. France's most noted fashion designer, yours truly, Mr. Béchon of Paris, has developed an exciting and stimulating new scent for men.
Honey, come on. You've been in the bathroom for half an hour. What are you doing in there?
Just enjoying my masturbation.
Mr. Béchon. Just slap a little on. Repeatedly.
Oh, God. Thanks, I needed that.
Is that masturbation?
Yeah, I think that's the sign.
Mr. Béchon.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Rolling through this Friday, August 26th, comedian Greg Hahn in-house at the Frigamall building. Coming up, comedian Brent Terhune and Jeff Oskey will be along with the news we failed to mention. Right now, more fun and frivolity on the way. Thanks for listening on this Friday, August 26th. Glad you're with us all morning long right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Friday morning when Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell delivers what will be his most closely scrutinized speech of the year later this morning. Investors and economists will be turning over his remarks for any clues about how fast the Fed may continue to raise its short-term interest rate and for how long. With inflation hovering near a 4-decade high, nearly 9%, Powell will likely stress that the Fed is determined to bring down to its 2% target no matter what it takes. The Fed's rate hike may well defeat inflation in time. Fear is growing they may cause a recession in the process. Powell's remarks will kick off the Fed's annual economic symposium at Jackson Hole, Wyoming. British residents will see an 80% increase in their annual household energy bills. The UK's energy regulator announced Friday costs will go from £1,900 a year to over £3,500 in October. It follows a record 54% annual spike last April. The costs roiling the British economy, which has the highest inflation rate among the group of 7 wealthiest democracies and has seen disruptive strikes for months as workers push for pay to keep pace with the increasingly expensive cost of living. Charities, public health leaders, and even energy firms warn of catastrophic effects on poor people already struggling to afford their essentials. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Bob and Tom, it's Kenny Tarmac.
Kenny!
Hey, Shooter, we just landed. I'm at ATL. Just got in from ORD through TPA.
Right.
Yesterday, best layover ever. Went from MCO to KFC through MCL.
Wow. Did you?
I know, but they were out of cream corn, so I ended up SOL.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Jim Gaffigan. I have to go and, well, I just had a so you know where I'm going.
Joel Lindley is our guest. Now, do you drink at all?
I do drink.
Really? But that's got to be scary.
I went to buy beer the other day, and you know they sell non-alcoholic beer, right? Which is a good idea. But did you know they sell it by the keg?
I did not.
What kind of a loser consumes a whole keg of non-alcoholic beer? If you don't drink, fine. Have no duels, but don't do funnels. What are you going to brag to your friends the next day? Oh, wow. Dude, you should have been there. I mean, we were pounding that keg till 4 in the morning. Oh, I was so bloated. Then I drove everyone home.
Cool. Yeah. There's a gigantic warehouse of stuff I don't get.
I can't
And they
understand
serve non-alcoholic beer there.
You know what? Another thing I don't
that.
understand? Hooters has food to go. Who the hell's that for?
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
Comedian Etta May has joined us in the studio.
I've got a teenage daughter. Don't send girls to school. You cannot send girls to school without the right kind of clothes.
Oh.
They become outcast amongst their peers.
Oh, yes.
Going to school became a stinking fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
We're school shopping. My daughter tells me she's going to need new blue jeans. Okay. I go to Walmart. I get her new blue jeans. Well, you think I pooped in her lunch bucket or something. She wads them up, throws them back at me. She goes, Mother, what are those? Teenage daughters talk like this.
Yeah, they do.
And all teenage girls seem to think the sound is a word.
My most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow. Sorry to hear that.
Hello. And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control more or less.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to
The Great Con.
Play in the garden.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, Chick.
Hey, there's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Hey, Chicky.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hey, Chris.
Manning the track phone hotline. Hot phone.
There's Classic Ace, the callback that's stale. And
I've been here for 8 years, waiting for this
you hear him say
non
too soon.
sequitur.
Too late.
Yeah. But he's laughing like it's funny. There's Willie Griswold. I'm Chick McGee for decades, and here's Tom Griswold.
Coming up, the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Probably something about Gerald Ford.
Probably.
Look who's talking.
Yeah, don't you hate,
Gerald
don't you
Ford
hate dated references?
was after Mr. Ed.
Hey, Kettle.
Mr. Oedipus, a classical classic. By the way, this is true. Our guest is one of my favorite human beings. He is Greg Hahn, and he is playing the Garden.
That's right.
Not Madison Square.
Wait, what?
It's called Allisonville Home and Garden.
What's the difference?
But we'll get some information about where he's going to be.
60,000 seats.
That's a little high.
Hey, how do you get to the Allisonville Garden?
Practice.
Dig,
Shut up, Josh.
dig.
Ace redeems himself.
I can dig it.
You can dig it?
Oh, don't. No. Seriously, did you just do that?
I did. Here we go.
You criticized him for his old references, and then you invited an old reference.
It's not an old reference.
Yes, it is an old reference.
I'm rather puckish. That's right.
Oh, gosh.
Reader of books.
Many. A peruser.
So, Greg, how are you doing these days?
I'm doing great. A lot of guys sell T-shirts after the show. I sell my condo.
And this is the one in Valencia, California?
Yeah, I'm going to move out of there, go to Florida, retire, buy a sleeveless T-shirt, walk around with fuzzy triceps. Come on.
All right.
Now, we should point out you are a former member of the United States Marine Corps.
Hello. Yes.
And you are when you were asked to leave. I mean, when you left the Marine Corps.
Yes.
What was your rank?
Captain. Oh, the Marines are great. People say, why'd you go in the Marines? There was a guy in college that they couldn't give him a roommate because he would threaten to throw them all out the window. You know, he'd beat everybody up. He was the guy always covered in blood being put in the cop car.
Yeah.
He'd been in the Marines. I was like, how can I be more like that guy?
Now, you're also very fit. I think we should point this out.
Oh, yeah, I'm fit. I've been eating hamburgers.
Oh, okay.
Had a couple hot dogs this morning, but I feel good.
All right.
Fired up.
You lift the weights, don't you?
Well, there's a room in my house, nothing but ribbons and trophies. Every one of them says participant. I'm an athlete. Woke up this morning, did some burpees from the roast beef I had last night. Come on, can we do jokes or not? Can we do jokes?
Now, Greg Hahn, once again, former captain in the United States Marine Corps, and I know that you're a weightlifter.
Sometimes I lift some weights. Well, you know, as a fighter, remember I was the Mangler and I lost my fight?
Oh, yeah, that's
Changed my name
right.
to the Strangler.
Yeah,
Then I became the Star Spangled Bangler.
Yeah.
Remember when I fought that kid with a medic alert bracelet and he nailed me in the forehead? Then I tapped out, but then my rash cleared up. Come on, hey, get it? EpiPen. I forgot to put in the EpiPen. I forgot to put in the most important point. I forgot to put in the thing that makes the joke work. Never mind, moving on.
Move on. Just move on.
Ripped.
Do you have any hobbies? Do you play golf, tennis?
No. I don't play. What do I do? No, I stare at a hummingbird feeder. You know, I drink coffee.
Yeah.
You play the drums? You play
Oh, yeah, I can play the drums. I forgot. Yeah, I play the
a
drums.
lot of stuff.
Yeah. Where's Duke Tomato? I want to play Sissy Strut.
Thank you,
good
Duke.
song.
Thank you very much. Let's see, where were we? We were at the news desk with Christy Lee, and we need a palate cleanser.
All right.
And the only way I know to clean the palate is with some high-class comedy.
Man with a deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Greg, I don't know if you know this, but I was once abducted by aliens.
Oh.
They made me wash my hands, clean my room, eat my vegetables. Turns out I was on the mothership.
Hey!
Good. I like it.
It ties right in with our whole Star Trek hunk.
I like that. That was funny.
Thank you very much. That's sort of the idea.
Christy loves it, Ace. It was a mother joke. See, and I'm a mom.
Okay.
It's funny.
Let's move forward here from the news desk. What have you got?
Archaeologists in Spain have discovered a large ancient Roman phallic sculpture.
What does that mean? It looks like a penis?
Yeah. The 18-inch long bas-relief phallus was found carved on a cornerstone of a building that's currently being evacuated.
18 inches.
Excavated. Yeah. Who can handle that?
They trace it?
Are you saying that you were in the area? And they,
Is that right?
Uncle Remus.
Remus, and then some.
That would be.
Project director Andre Roldan said it was common to put phalluses on the facade of houses, and soldiers carried small phallic amulets as symbols of virility. He noted, however, that this one is, quote, unusually large.
Wow.
Maybe it symboled something inside the house. Maybe maybe the man of the house was gifted.
Could have been.
And he wanted everyone to know about
What do
it.
you mean they found it? They dug it up?
Yeah,
They're excavating a building.
Yeah.
And but it was in Spain. But this is obviously when the Romans were there. So what is it? What is the phrase? The rain in Spain falls mainly on the large vein.
On the main vein.
The main vein. Yeah, maybe it was a fraternity house.
Maybe.
Yeah, it may have been.
Yeah.
That's the kind of gags that they would do back then.
Christy, you were in Paris recently? Is that
Yes, I was.
right? Have you been to Rome?
I have been to Rome.
Which one do you like better? I was just there. Isn't Paris kind of like a nervous Rome?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Explain.
Rome. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. That's all I thought. That's all I thought. I was nervous when I was in Paris.
That's Greg. That's half baked at best.
You forgot the EpiPen.
I thought I'd have a conversation. I don't know where. Go ahead.
No,
Christy,
why
what's
were
in
you
the news?
nervous in Paris? I'm interested.
Well, I don't know. It was just like I was in Rome. Everyone's they're holding hands and eating spaghetti.
Yeah.
And all calm and happy, making out in the streets.
Sure.
And then Paris, everyone talks about Paris. And they got an elevator up into the thing.
The
Right?
Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower,
Yeah,
that thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's nervous. Everyone's honking horns. You know, it's little cars honking horns.
I feel like I was there.
Boy.
Wow.
This has been
Not since
travelogue.
Victor Hugo has
Let me ask you this.
a city been described.
Were you in Europe on business, or was this
Yeah, business. Yeah, I was telling jokes going all around.
Really?
in English?
Sure. Well, I mean, the audience didn't know what was going on. The audience didn't know what I was doing for a living, what I do for a living. But yeah, in other words, they couldn't understand me. But yeah, but yeah, no, I was doing jokes.
So you weren't there with a lady friend.
These are English-speaking comedy clubs, or
No, it was touring with with our friend.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. Well, good for you. That's fun.
Yeah, it was good. He went here, there, everywhere. Asked me about it.
That's cool.
You need crepes over there?
Yeah, it's some
You like
crepes.
those?
What's the big deal? You ever been to Kansas? They got crepes there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, they don't have.
Well, you need to just start.
Oh, the bread. Oh yeah, you ever been to Des Moines?
You should
Go to the store.
You should do a travel show.
Yeah, they got croissants at Publix in Florida. Big deal.
Damn
Well,
right they do.
that's the same.
Greg, if I remember correctly.
What?
It's not.
Oh, look at the trees. Oh yeah, look at the trees. You been to St. Louis? Look at the trees.
The Greg Hahn Travel Show.
Right.
If I remember correctly, Greg, you were going to do a travel show where you were going to eat some things around the nation.
Oh yeah, I travel the country eating the state bird. That's a good one. That show's coming out.
To maybe MC that event. I'd go out with you. That'd be great.
Yeah, that was a good one.
On your way out, Greg, we're going to
But they
give you
kept trying to
a
sign us
copy
up
of your
for-
act.
Sign us up for tours. You know, you go to a different.
yeah.
Oh, you take the tour. Wait,
Sure.
does my hotel room does it have a window? Got it.
It's Matter of Fact Tours with Greg Hahn.
See the world from your window.
Okay. Well, look good. I feel like, as Chick said, I feel like I've been there, wherever that may have been.
South of France, huh? Mobile, Alabama. You been there? Same shore.
been there.
Okay,
Right.
Sam.
Give me the teaser, Christy. What's coming up?
Coming up, we have ancient frogs having lots of sex. We have goats on a roof. We have a guy smuggling animals. And what else do we have? Oh, Panda's in the news, Chick, just for you.
Super.
Okay, cool. I know we've also got Roadrunner news.
Roadrunner.
Beep, beep. Yeah. Comedian Brent Terhune's going to be joining us. We certainly look forward to that. He I don't think he brought his Coney Danza suit. Where he portrays the famous talking hot dog, Coney Danza.
He doesn't still do that, does he?
Oh, why wouldn't he? It's classic. Right now, I want to talk about something you've been hearing about.
Should have known.
It's called low T. What is that all about? Testosterone. Testosterone affects many aspects of a man's body, from sex drive to erections, bone mass, sperm production. Low T can be a big problem. If you're wondering if maybe you're dealing with this, well, Roman has a new at-home testosterone test kit. It cannot diagnose if you have low T, but it can help you decide to further investigate the potential cause of your symptoms with your healthcare provider. Roman sends you an easy-to-use kit, step-by-step video instructions. They even cover free 2-day shipping to and from your house. Take the test before 10, ship it back the same day. When your results are ready, Roman will send you a set of certified lab results, a downloadable PDF that breaks it all down for you. Then you can choose to schedule a free consultation to go over your results with the U.S. licensed healthcare professionals. So check it out at GetRoman.com/BT show for your at-home testosterone test kit. $69 total. That's GetRoman.com/BT show. Also coming up, we have something involving the crabs. That's right. The crabs.
Isn't Pat Godwin going to be featured with something? Isn't he going to...
I imagine.
What's going on? With a beer.
Oh, that's right. We got a little bit of a surprise for Pat. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
Make sure you get out there and see some live comedy this weekend. Sure, it's a Friday morning, but you got to plan your weekend accordingly. Coming up Saturday night, the Toyota Event Center, Princeton, Indiana. Donnie Baker live on stage. Josh Arnold at Daniels Vineyard in Indianapolis, Indiana, Saturday night, August 27th, along with Willie Griswold. Again, Daniels Vineyard, Indianapolis, Indiana. That JoshArnold.com for tickets and information, and to find out more about these great men and what they're doing, being on stage, being funny. It's a great chance to have a few drinks or a glass of wine if you're at Daniels Vineyard and laugh your night away. Lots of fun. Your chance to get out there and see them. Make it happen, people. You were listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That JoshArnold.com, DonnieBaker.com for more tickets and information.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. California will require all new cars, trucks, and SUVs sold in the state to run on electricity or hydrogen by 2035. It's an ambitious move away from gasoline-powered vehicles and the pollution they emit. The requirements come in phases starting in 2026, and it will take 13 years for them to become fully effective. But there are some challenges to meet. EVs now cost substantially more than gas-powered vehicles, and there are shortages of precious metals needed for the batteries that run them. Drone detection technology is now being tested at Los Angeles International Airport. LAX has joined Miami International in testing the system. The Transportation Security Administration says the technology detects, tracks, and identifies drones entering restricted airspace around LAX. There were 50 reports of drone sightings last year. So far this year, 38. And that's within a 10-mile radius of LAX. The drones pose a clear and present danger, of course, to airport security. And EU lawmakers have a new reason to be annoyed with Britain. British sewage overflows are seeping into the English Channel and North Sea. Heavy rainfall after weeks of dry weather has overwhelmed parts of the British sewage system, causing untreated wastewater to be discharged into rivers and seas in recent days. This is mainly a problem right now for British citizens who've been banned from beaches this week and are concerned about the impact on wildlife. But the British sewage spills could also threaten bathing waters, fishing grounds, and biodiversity in the EU. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
You know, I got a lot of mail here at the ex-law office. Well, this comes from young Davy Radonovich. He asks, what is the difference between slander and libel? Well, what kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? What kind of little pea-brain moron would write me? I think if I were you, little Davy, I'd worry more about inbreeding than I would about the law. Davy, that was slander. If I would have written it down, it would have been libel.
This has been the Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the law is your friend. It's the lawyers you have to watch out for. And remember this, the preceding has been a joke, not legal advice. Learn to know the difference.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. 24/7. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Attention, Fergler shoppers. You need hardware, you need Fergler. That's right, Fergler's hardware store. Fergler's dares you to beat their prices on anything in the store. That's right, Crazy Ernie's lost his mind and everything must go. Ladders, lumber, nails, including the kitchen sink. Fergler's hardware store, where you make out like a burglar when you shop at Fergler's. Free popcorn Mondays, free coffee Fridays, free parking. It's Crazy Ernie's going out of business sale. Everything must be Fergler's hardware store. If Fergler's doesn't have it, you don't Fergin need it.
Hi, I'm Ernie Fergler.
He's Ernie Fergler. If you don't come buy some stuff today, he'll kick your ass. Be there.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans. Padoom, 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 and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. What'd you do, dog?
So I screwed up. You know how too many times I say the wrong thing?
Yeah, right.
Well, Kathy's into this mail order stuff again.
Right.
Yeah.
She's into this big time. I came home the other day. There was a case of breast enlargement cream on the kitchen table.
There was? Breast enlargement cream?
Yeah, sitting right there on the table. I said, what the hell is this for? She said she rubs it on her breasts. They get bigger.
Uh-huh.
I said, just use toilet paper. It's been working on your butt for 8 years.
Oh, that was a beautiful
Jesus said,
thing,
take this
though.
bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening to...
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. It's great to have you here. We certainly appreciate your being here. Several members of our staff are just struggling to get in.
We're having a quick staff meeting out there. Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room. Hi, Chick. Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline, hot phone.
McGee.
Yeah, there's Willie Griswold. Yep. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom with
Chick, I don't
another
want to
special
throw you under
guest.
the bus, but I didn't know you could just order Diet Pepsis and they just showed up at the door.
Sure. It's 2022. It's hammer time. Yeah. We can do anything we want.
Two big cases of Diet Pepsi just showed up.
I got my funny juice.
All right.
That's been the lull lately.
Apparently we've been out of it. Huh?
Yeah, you've been out of the funny juice, and now.
Speaking of funny,
Yeah.
joining us in the studio,
Where?
comedian Brent Terhune. He's at the Funny Bone in Dayton, Ohio tonight and tomorrow. Brent, it's good to see you. Your beard is bigger than ever. That is a thick red beard.
This is trimmed down. I trimmed it a few weeks ago, so.
Yeah, it looks really good. Looks great. Very,
you
very
very
well
much.
kept.
Looks very beardy.
Thank you. I know. Every time I'm in here, you seem to not enjoy this beard. So.
Yeah.
Great.
She's not a fan.
No, you're a married man.
Yes.
Yes. Does your wife enjoy the beard?
Yeah, very. That's probably the reason she's sticking around because I over lockdown and stuff. I shaved all this and then I took a hat off and she goes like wide eyes and she goes, please don't do that again. So yeah, apparently my face is. I need to cover this up 24/7.
So how's it going beyond that? Everything else good in your life?
Yeah, it's going all right. Christy said, does he still do that hot dog thing, which is a terrible way to find out that you should stop doing a certain bit.
No, you had a classic piece where you dressed up as a giant hot dog.
Yeah.
And you became Coney Danza.
Coney Danza. It's very much if Greg Hahn was a hot dog.
I know you don't have the costume. Can you just give us a brief sample of Coney Danza?
Well, Coney Danza, of course, he's from Foot Long Island, New York.
Sure.
My dad growing up, always one of those guys that had a stick up his ass. Granted, he was a corn dog, but come on, folks. Look out.
I'm still laughing at Foot Long Island. That is classic.
You know what steams my buns? When you're running on the treadmill and somebody grabs your ass with a pair of tongs. That's the last time I worked out at the gas station.
Coney Danza. The comedian Brent Terhune's alter ego, Coney Danza. And you have another alter ego.
I got to tell you, though, the outfit, it kind of adds.
Well,
it
yeah.
adds.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, just for a long time, I had some, being on the road doing comedy, you have some dress shirts in the back in case you get something on one of them. And then, I had a hot dog suit. I was probably one of the few guys that just carried a hot dog suit for years on end.
Well, speaking of hot dogs, we have been following a trend in the internet. Jess Hooker is going to bring you in a hot dog right there.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I can't wait for this.
And what the object of this exercise is for you to take a straw and turn that hot dog into a straw by reaming out the center of the hot dog.
Yeah, I saw that video and I was like, this guy's been taking my bit. We used to do this in the lunchroom at school.
No kidding.
And it was very much a pork-filled spitball.
Oh, he had.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Professional.
Oh, so then you would take the straw and then blow into it and shoot the wiener meat at someone. Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah. He's already done throwing it. He nailed it. This is a man who knows what he's doing.
It's very much a pork Capri Sun.
Okay, now, what is that a beverage? I didn't know.
Beer.
Okay.
It's a good year.
It's an IPA.
For hot dog. This is a good time to break my sobriety, right, guys?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
If that's true.
We have hang on a second. Don't drink that. We do.
I meant hot dogs, not alcohol.
Okay. We do have an O'Doul's in the building. Is that correct?
No. I'm good with this.
Okay. I don't want to.
This urine-colored liquid. I'll drink this.
Okay, just take a sip. You did a nice job making that hot dog straw.
Oh, that takes me back.
Does it take? How does it make the beer taste?
Like beer, not very good.
Oh, you're not a big beer person?
Not really. Okay. No, but I do. If you suck on that a little bit, it starts to plump. So
yeah.
Really?
Par for the course.
Okay.
Very. I found
that's the first time that's ever happened to me before.
I found it to be very salty.
Mm-hmm. Well, that also is par for the course.
Well, I think.
Oh, you're implying that
Well,
sucking.
Yeah, right.
Hold on, wait a minute. What did it make me look like?
Now,
More like bean sprout.
the only person in the studio who hasn't done this is Mr. Godwin.
Well,
there's a lot of equipment back here.
I know that you also do not drink alcohol anymore.
No, just the heavy meds.
And we've taken the liberty of creating another way to do this where you don't have to do it with alcohol.
All right.
Pat. So we're going to have Ms. Hooker bring you in a hot dog. Now,
now, this looks hard. You guys have all struggled with this.
Well,
not Brett. He was.
Yeah, I was.
Now,
He looks like he worked at a factory where they made hot dog straw.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
For bachelorette parties, that's what we do.
I can't imagine that.
Brent do his weenie.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Brett do his
I don't.
Brent, do his weenie. Do his weenie, Brent.
I don't think that Pat's going to be capable of creating the wiener.
I already did it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, you didn't do that.
You didn't do that. Bull.
Jess did it.
Yeah, there's Jess in the
Okay,
background,
I see
yeah.
Jessica. Okay, now Pat, I know that you are a non-drinker, no alcohol for you. You've done a nice job with that for a while.
This is the way Pat appears all the time with a handler, just in case anything gets out of hand.
Only way I get
Now, Pat, obviously, we didn't want you to have to drink alcohol, so we have taken the time to get some Ensure for you. So if you, Ms. Hooker, would you mind, and just show the audience, please, the Ensure. Show that to the
it's
camera.
chocolate.
Oh, that is
delicious.
That is thick and creamy.
Chocolate Ensure.
How about that?
Now, is that a protein or is there calcium in there?
It's chock full of
your nutrients.
It's old.
Kind of what the old people get at the nursing home.
It's like a meal in a can, right?
That's exactly right.
Okay, now, Pat, to take your hot dog straw. I want you to first take a little sip of the Ensure to make sure you get. I want to compare Combs, as they used to say in the Vitalis commercials. Okay, now I want you to suck that wiener.
Go, Pat.
Pick up the memes.
Okay.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? Yeah, horrible. The protein shake I had yesterday was similar. Not good.
Oh my God. You put hot dogs in your protein shake?
I drank one.
It just makes it saltier. Okay,
that's
Well, then quit drinking.
Well, he gave it a good. I'm proud of him. He gave it 3
Thank you,
tries.
Now, Pat, I've got a couple of requests here. If you're in the mood for some music, I know you're gonna have to search for this one. I think this is one of my favorite Pat Godwin songs. It's this guy David writes, "I got my first pumpkin spice latte of the season yesterday."
Oh, really? That's out?
Yeah, this is David writing from Cedar Falls, Iowa.
That seems too soon.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I don't know maybe it's a local coffee shop that's doing it, because I don't think Starbucks has kicked in their pumpkin spice.
I heard the Dunkin' commercial for it yesterday.
Yes, they have started, I know they'd have their pumpkin spice cold brew.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds good.
So.
Now, Pat, we should point out to people, and Brent, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Pat is seeing someone.
Oh, this is news to me.
It's a woman.
You couldn't tell from what he's been texting me.
I gotta throw it out there.
Naughty boy.
And this woman she's got Pat doing yoga.
Okay, that's good.
And
Flexibility.
Yeah. 3 times a week, right?
Yep. Second weekend, baby.
Good for you.
Okay.
Today at 1.
And then Pat is also frequenting the coffee shops with her.
Mm-hmm.
And does she drink the alcohol? Is she
Occasionally,
okay, all right, but you do not.
No, she's a very social drinker. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
You guys have talked about, where did you meet? This is news to me. So.
Oh, every morning I would be checking the traps. I'd check Tinder and stuff like that, and I caught her back in March. Yeah,
ensnared.
Yeah. Did you meet your wife, Brent, on the internet?
Yeah, we did. We say we met at a show, but we met on one of those apps.
Which one, may I ask?
Tinder.
All right.
Yeah,
Same
this
here,
has been
so if this doesn't work out, are you going to return to Tinder?
Yeah. It's been the longest one-night stand of my life.
And the most expensive.
And her dad's listening. Hey, Randy.
I thought you got a house out of the deal somehow.
Because I purchased it.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
That works.
Very good.
That's
very
usually
good.
how it works.
Okay, well, Pat, have you found this request for
Oh,
David?
I found it. I just haven't gone over this in a while. I wasn't ready to do this till October, so I may be a little, but we'll give it a shot here. July's got the sunshine. Oh, April has the showers. January's got the snow. May brings all the flowers. November's got the turkey. December's got Christ, but October's got the pumpkin spice. Yes, it does. Pumpkin spice, yeah. Pumpkin spice, yeah. A little in my latte would sure be nice, but keep it out of my shampoo. Can I give you some advice? Ooh, easy on the pumpkin spice.
Snatch mode.
Yeah, that's right. No, I like it in a candle. Oh, I don't mind it in my tea. Oh, but I loved it in hooch, even though it's bad for me. Going out of my gourd, headed to rehab at Betty Ford, 'cause I'm drinking whiskey with that pumpkin spice. I'm addicted to this stuff. Pumpkin spice, yeah, pumpkin spice. Put it in your Metamucil, make your dookie smell nice. But don't put it in your douche, because no one wants to smooch a cooch that smells like pumpkin spice.
For yourself.
Pumpkin spice, yeah, pumpkin spice. Oh, leave it out of my Doritos and my pizza slice. For you freaks who want a plumpkin, try with a splash of pumpkin. Oh, get sleazy with that pumpkin spice. Oh, the caves, they got spelunkin'. Michael Jordan's got the Dunkin'. James Brown, he put the funk in. But October's got the pumpkin spice. All right.
Yeah. Very much.
Go out and make it a nice day.
That's Pat Godwin. Randy Newman meets Satchmo. That's a very, very fine song. Thank you, Pat. And a little early for the pumpkin spice.
Yes.
I think they do it at this time, too, to coincide with back to college. I think
that makes
such
sense.
a huge...
But, I mean, it's obvious that in our culture, everything now is the Halloween stuff's out.
The Christmas trees are out at the box store. Have you seen that?
You want to get prepared?
Can I say
It's
something?
August.
But what are you guys mad about? Life's hard. Drink a pumpkin spice latte in the
it's not-
summer. Who cares?
I don't think it's a big deal.
See, this
Wait a minute. He said something about life being hard. Let's hear him out. What's going on?
The Christmas trees aren't out in the lobby.
No,
you know
but
what I
part
mean?
of the fun is you wait till Thanksgiving and you go to the
Yeah.
place and you get your tree and you
You
put it in.
can do that.
That's how Americans do it.
You can still do that.
Yeah.
But you can get it today if you'd like.
You can't play Christmas music till after Thanksgiving.
They're not.
By the way, can I tell you something? You totally can. I get in my car, Frosty the Snowman on the way home. Grandma got ran over by the reindeer when I'm doing my errings.
Really?
I disagree with that.
Pretty soon we'll all be wearing the same clothes as socialism creeps into every aspect of our lives.
Well, I didn't hear either point that both of you guys were making talking at the same time.
You go first, Brent.
I was going to say, nothing gets me through my workout more than Frosty.
I mean, if you can't play Christmas music during the non-Christmas, I mean, my sex playlist is ruined for one.
Really?
It was a joke. I got nothing on that one. My goodness.
I don't know what song it is.
You're right. It's one of those things. I do this all the time where you think it's a joke, but really it's the setup.
Come all ye faithful? Is that what
There you go.
Come all ye faithful. That's the tag right there.
Trust me, happens to me all the time.
Okay.
I have a notebook full.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about the seasonality of life that I think has been lost in contemporary culture and in lots of aspects of it. You go to the grocery store in the middle of winter and you get a terrible tomato. Right now, you can get great tomatoes. There's a season. What's that song? How's that go? Tis the season.
To every season.
To every season. There's a porno. No, what is it?
Porn. Also a part of the Bible, really. It's not a song based on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll wait on the pumpkin spice.
You can't get a good tomato in the winter.
Are you canning your tomatoes so that you'll have good tomatoes?
Pass them off as good tomatoes.
No, that's fine. Now, you can join the lemmings that insist on having bad tomatoes in January. Fine.
First off, that whole phenomenon with the lemmings has been debunked. Second,
I know, but I know that that's not true of lemmings. However, I think it's become a standard analogy to not thinking for yourself and following the herd.
If you want a Christmas tree today, yes, you can go get one at the store, but you got to go in like the back aisle.
Yeah, but I just don't want to walk into a box store and hear Christmas music right now.
It's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's getting closer to it. There'll be Christmas.
That's right. As we
music
get closer to Christmas.
No, they're moving it up and up and up and up and up.
You're talking about it like this is some slippery slope.
Oh, it is.
All American ideals are going out the window because you can get a pumpkin spice latte when it's above 80 degrees.
I'm telling you, pretty soon they're going to be. Just mark my words.
You are one sheeple away from a conspiracy theory.
I also enjoy the seasonality, though. I do. So
okay,
but I will get September 1st is my pumpkin spice day.
Oh, is that it?
Now, Brent Terhune is a comedian. He's going to be on stage telling Christmas jokes tonight in Dayton, Ohio. With
That's
Funny
right.
Now,
Front to back.
I bet you've been doing this for a long time. I'm sure you have some seasonal jokes that you bring back.
Yeah. Like the big debate in our house is, were you going to have a real Christmas tree? You're going to have a fake Christmas tree. So we settled on we get a fake Christmas tree, but we throw it out every year.
That's a good compromise.
And you thought this was a pointless discussion. We got a great joke out of Christy and out of Brent.
I thought that yours was a pointless discussion. I thought that was a great joke. I can be on both sides.
Yeah, there are certain exceptions. I do like to grill out in the dead of winter.
Yeah, that can be very fun.
That's anarchy. What are you trying to do?
Now, I bring
melt the stove.
I bring that up because we're going to be giving away.
Good God, man!
We're going to be breaking out the Big Green Egg Mini Max, and we're giving a bunch of them away. And I want to look at the calendar. It's starting next week.
Soon.
That's right. We're going to be doing the special Bob and Tom Pigskin Pick'em. You get to make your picks. And every week we're going to have a winner.
Opening NFL 13 days? Yeah, a week from 2 weeks from now.
And you get to, and then if you win, you get the beautiful Big Green Egg Mini Max, which is the Rolls Royce of grills.
Yes.
And then you get to come on the air with Mr. Chick McGee.
Who's the Rolls Royce of sports prognosticators.
For the famous shoe-in of the week. Once again, last year, if you'd stuck with Chick, over 500 against the spread, ladies and gentlemen.
45 minutes ago, that guy was calling me Chris. Okay, don't believe anything he said.
Okay, sorry.
And by the way, we have a new thing now where every guest comedian on the show gets a free Big Green Egg. And Brett, that has been canceled. Boy, I should have said anything. You looked real excited.
Dead of winter.
Yeah. I don't feel good.
We've had our new Australian rules guest chair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may want to drink the rest of
you don't
that beer.
Or save a little for after.
You may not want to look at that video. She filed for divorce, by the way.
Who did?
The person we're talking about.
The giver of that video, the Australian rules football dude.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, his wife filed for divorce within like hours of that video surfacing.
Yeah, once again, he was servicing one of his teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he, quote unquote, lost a bet.
In public.
In a bar.
It's the videos.
Lost again.
He threw the dart in the wrong direction. Oops.
Yeah, exactly.
I lose.
The video's real hot. I mean, graphic.
Thanks for that link, by the way.
We have an obscure request coming up.
Okay.
And I mean really obscure. Because we've been doing this thing with hollowing out the hot dogs. And Brent, I don't know if you've seen these. These are, what's the word I'm looking for? Store-bought? Is that the word? These are
like store-bought.
Yes, hillbilly and store-bought. Yeah.
These are, they're called Benny's Original Meat Straws. And these are meat sticks that don't have to be refrigerated, so already I'm a little concerned. But
like
they're
beef
straws.
jerky.
Yeah, it's like a beef jerky. We have a special jerky request coming up. Right now, I want to talk about your head. You take care of that car, don't you? You take care of your truck. It's time to take care of your head. You can't help anybody else if you're not doing okay yourself. That's where BetterHelp steps in. BetterHelp Online Therapy. This is a really interesting thing that's out there now, and I'd like you to listen to me carefully for just a second. BetterHelp is online therapy, and you can do this video conference call, whatever you want to do, a phone, live chat only, typing away if that's what works for you. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to be, and it's a lot more affordable than in-person therapy. You can be matched with a therapist in as little as 48 hours. So get all the details by going to BetterHelp.com/BT Show. They have a special offer for Bob and Tom Show listeners where you can get 10% off your first month. Once again, it's BetterHelp.com/BT Show. There's nothing wrong with helping yourself. There's been a lot of talk lately. There's some really good stuff, for example, in some of the NFL games. They'll have players that have experienced issues, and they'll talk about the importance of their own mental health. So it's not a problem anymore to ask for help. If you're having issues, this is one solution, BetterHelp.com. Once again, you check them out at BetterHelp.com/BT Show, 10% off your first month of online therapy. And like I said, you don't have to do it face-to-face. You can even do it just typing away if you want. Lots of options. Find out what I'm talking about. It's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. Another incredibly obscure piece from the Bob and Tom Show coming up next. By the way, a bunch of those have landed on Spotify. And speaking of places we're landing, check it out on YouTube. A bunch of the Bob and Tom stuff is there, including right now. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Chime in with an email. Send to Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, "I give. Where's the boat?
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Greg Hahn, comedian Brent Terhune, and Jeff Oskey on this Friday, August 26th. Brent Terhune going to be at the Funny Bone in Dayton, Ohio, coming up tonight and Saturday night. Check him out. More information at Brent, B-R-E-N-T, comedy.com. BrentComedy.com. That's comedian Brent Terhune. Stopping by today, as well as Greg Hahn, Jeff Oskey, and you as we roll through this Friday together. I'm Mark Allison. Thanks so much for joining us here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Buffalo Bills punter Matt Araiza and two of his former San Diego State teammates have been accused in a civil lawsuit of gang raping a teenager at an off-campus party held at Araiza's house last fall. The lawsuit was filed in San Diego County Superior Court. Araiza has been named the punter for the Buffalo Bills for the upcoming NFL season. Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams have ended their joint practice session early, a chippy day to say the least, that ended with Rams star Aaron Donald repeatedly swinging a helmet at Bengals players before finally getting thrown to the ground. Players threw fists and helmets during scuffles leading up to final free-for-all with Donald getting thrown onto the ground. Bengals coach Zach Taylor downplayed the event, saying emotions ran very high. Two preseason games last night in the NFL. Kansas City beat Green Bay 17-10, and Houston blanks San Francisco 17-0. Major League Baseball, American League winners Tampa Bay, Seattle, Baltimore, Houston, Toronto, and the Yankees. And in the National League, your winners St. Louis, Philly, and the Mets. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Time now for Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
The 1972 Miami Dolphins became the first NFL team to go undefeated for all of their regular and postseason games. Most analysts agree that their marvelous no-name defense was the key to their brilliant performance. But perhaps no other defense in the NFL compares to the one seen in 1994 when O.J. Simpson faced double homicide charges in an L.A. courtroom. We salute you, Orenthal James Simpson, NFL Hall of Famer, accused murderer, and free American citizen.
This has been Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a party.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
With us in the studio, comedian Chad Daniels. Your wife is a college professor.
Yes.
Are you a college man?
No.
Ah.
That makes for
interesting contrast.
And her friends always remind me of it.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Are they all college professors as well?
Most of them. We were out getting dinner one night, and her friends were like, "So, Chad, have you ever had Indian food?" And I was like, "Hello, Thanksgiving." Aren't you a history professor?
Yeah.
Didn't you know that? She has one friend from England that's always bragging about their language. We invented your language. You wouldn't have a language if it wasn't for us. Well, you spelled pneumonia with a P, stupid. Nat starts with a G, and you're bragging about that? And she goes, "You know what? They're silent. You know what? You better be silent before I stab you in your face with a knife."
Oh, yeah.
And the sign said anybody caught trespassing will be shot on sight.
So I jumped over the fence and yelled at the house, "Hey, what gives?"
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening out.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Present.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Hi, Chicky.
Ace Cosby's here. Buddy. He's manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom Griswold.
Comedian Brent Terhune is here with us. His beard juts out at you. It's like a serious weapon. Look at that thing.
A weapon? I wouldn't say that.
No, but it's big, it's serious, it's strong. Do you think so, Christy?
It's a powerful beard. Yeah.
Do you dig a beard like that?
No. We've been through
That's really
this.
mean to our guest.
I know.
I'm always mean to him. I'm sorry.
I know.
Christy, will you rake your fingers through his beard?
Yeah, just once. Try it.
It's got some oil in it. You might.
Oh, yes.
No, you don't want to touch this.
Do you put oil in your beard?
No, I don't keep mine that I keep it short. So
What is the oil called?
Beard
Just
oil?
beard oil, yeah.
Oskay does that. He uses beard oil.
Really? I just thought that was just grease from his lifestyle.
Oh, my.
And
Why are you
thought I
so
was
mean? This morning.
Because I'm not nice to my friends. Jeff is my friend.
Do you use beard oil?
No, I use a special beard wash in the shower.
Oh, really?
On my balls. Why can't I just say things?
So are your pubes as neatly groomed as Brent's beard?
Let's compare. Let's get a side by side.
Separated at birth.
Do you really use a beard wash?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You sucker.
No.
So how does it differ from any other soap?
I just use shampoo and my actual hair conditioner. And
that would work. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's probably what it is, really. It's probably closer to some kind of conditioner. Than
Don't get mad at Josh. You use soap for babies and for horses. You use the Good Mane and Tail and Johnson's Baby Wash.
Have you been using Johnson's baby shampoo since you were a baby?
Yeah, I like it.
Don't you see?
That's
wake
okay.
up, Tom. Your hair fell out. Will you wake up?
Well, it didn't fall out because I was using Ivory soap.
You know, just because we were talking about this kind of off the air, just because your mom used a product doesn't mean you have to still use
No,
it.
it does. And I could
throw away my tampons.
I use Tide because my mom used it.
There you go. Okay.
I mean, now that I think about it, I think
Whatever happened to the tampon belt and the pad and stuff?
No, it wasn't a tampon
sticky-
belt. It was a pad belt.
It's a sticky tape? Is that
Yeah, Velcro changed lives.
I saw a woman
Not Velcro,
recently.
but sticky tape.
A woman recently. She had seen the great harmonica player with Jimmy Buffett, a Norton Buffalo. And he had like a what do you call that thing where the
like a bandolier wears?
bandolero
Yeah, that
like
kind of-
the
For your
ammo
harps?
belt on their chest, and he had the harmonicas in it.
Yeah.
She's done the same thing with tampons.
How about that?
So just
She's got her
right there.
a bit of a heavy flow. I'll use this.
Yeah, I was very lucky. The feminine hygiene changed right about the
Right? Yeah.
right time. I didn't have to deal with that. The belts and
And now
all
they've
that.
got the Diva Cup, which
Yeah.
that sounds like the trophy you win when you win RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah,
It does.
the Diva Cup.
And that's the one. How does that just sort of is
It sits in there and
dangling on a string?
collects.
I mean,
No, it goes
Like a
up
hot air
in.
balloon basket? Is that what it looks like?
it's up in there. Oh, okay.
Funnel. It looks like an upside down funnel.
Yeah.
And it holds and then you pull it out.
Just
and clean it.
Keurigs down into the...
No, it holds it until you pull it out and then you clean it.
Does it make that noise like when a Keurig is finishing up with the...
No, it sounds like this. I can't do it. Do your, no, it goes.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's move forward here. What else is new in your life? I'm sorry, Brent Terhune. I know you're going to be on stage. You're going to be on stage at the famous Funny Bone in Dayton, Ohio. What else is happening with you?
Well, I was, we're talking about periods.
Yes.
I asked my wife because I was like, it's a big ordeal for women. And I was like, what's that like? She's like, you don't even care. I'm like, no, I can't have it. So you got to tell me. And she's like, I'm tired, hungry, horny, sleepy, sad, cranky, and my boobs hurt. And I was like, oh my God, I think I'm on my period too. I got all those.
By the way, I think those are the original Seven Dwarfs.
It was.
Yeah. My boobs hurt. He had to be canceled.
Yeah. Did you see the ABC News thing? They have a machine somewhere where they hook men up to it, and it simulates menstrual cramps on the man. Yeah.
And are they crying?
Oh, they're losing their minds.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It was like a half-hour report the other night.
Wow.
Yeah, they just, they're standing there and they're laying. It doesn't. Nothing
Is the machine
else.
portable? Could they bring one in here?
I bet they could. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Let's hook them up.
Okay. In the meantime, let's hook up Christy Lee at the news desk. What have we missed?
Well, speaking of sex, researchers have determined that the unusual cause of death for a group of ancient frogs that were found in a massive grave.
French restaurant.
No, apparently sexual activity.
Cool.
Hundreds of
caveman was.
What, Josh?
Frogs, Tom.
What a way to go.
Hundreds of frog fossils had been found in a 45-million-year-old swampy coastland in Germany.
Fine-looking frog fossil you got there, Fred.
Can you imagine working with frogs? What a gig.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank
you very much.
Gig?
Researchers said
You
sexual
learning anything, Brent? You learning anything?
Do you gig frogs?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Sexual activity.
I was Googling it. I had no idea.
You haven't heard
I can
gigging
gig it.
frogs?
No.
Can you gig it? Christy, can you gig it?
I can gig it.
She gigs it.
I gig it.
You never heard of frog gigging?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Okay, then there.
No.
I was hoping
From what
you'd
I
get more of
know-
a hearty joke.
Your son has never heard the term frog gigging.
What does that even mean?
You poke him with a barbed stick or something.
Hey, you know those guys that pick up litter on the side of the road?
Yeah.
No.
You essentially do that, but
Do
you
a
have to
frog.
do it because frogs will overrun a certain area.
Which gets back to my
Or do it for
story.
food.
Sexual activity
Or
can
get a
be
flamethrower. It's the same thing. Oh, I'm sorry.
So there's thousands of dead frogs.
and the sexual activity apparently can be a death trap for modern toad and frog species.
Really?
It's likely that these ancient specimens died from exhaustion due to their enthusiastic mating.
Tom, I told you.
I told you time and
I
time
told
again.
you
Yeah.
time and time again.
Half of them went out on top.
I told you twice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
At least. Got
Yes,
that going.
they did.
Got that going for you.
Yeah.
From what I know about Muppets, I can only assume it was pigs that killed them, correctly?
She always seemed pretty amorous, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah.
She really loved Kermit.
Oh, Pat, I just
Did
thought
they
of a
ever
song
do
you
it?
could do.
Did they ever get together?
They had babies, yeah.
What is that? What's green
They
and
had
smells like bacon? Kermit's finger.
Okay, that's a classic.
Good.
Ribbit. Ribbit good.
Ribbit good.
Just thought. Now, coming up.
Perhaps we should regroup.
Okay, coming up we have Jeff Oskey with things we failed to mention.
Oh, Battle of the Beards.
We're also going to bring back comedian Greg Hahn. See what's going on with Greg. He's kind of coming back to earth now in the green room. He's going to be okay. And we have a little treat for Greg. I'm not sure how much of this I can give away. He's already down to beer. We have something a little harder for him.
Oh, okay.
And you'll see what it is in just a few minutes. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show. Looking to buy a new car, but the looking part is getting old hat? Well, maybe you need to try shopping at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors.
Hi. Just stop into Bob Bile Motors and I'll show you my Take a test drive and I'll also let you see my
That's Bob Bile Motors.
And hey guys, during Bob Bile's Celebration Bonanza Days, if you buy a car from Bob Bile Motors, I'll not only show you my and my I'll let you in the and after that, you're in the
Is that even possible? It is at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors. Why the hell shop anywhere else?
Somebody get me a towel.
Due to pending litigation, Bob Bile Motors is suspending free hot dog Fridays. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Payday is coming. Maybe it's here today. I don't know your pay schedule. Do you know mine? No, you don't. But I do know when I get paid, I like to go to bobandtomstore.com. Click on the upper left-hand corner new tab to see the latest and greatest merchandise they have. The Bob and Tom hoodies, I don't know about in your area, starting to get a little cool in the evenings. Perhaps slipping into a Bob and Tom hoodie or a hooded zip might suit you. Collared work shirts, the Bob and Tom Show hat, again, on a mission to get every trucker into a Bob and Tom Show hat, and you can help out as well. Just go to bobandtomstore.com. The hats come in adjustable sizes. They fit any size head. Our clothing size is small up to 4XL, even 5XL for you people that wear 4XL or 5XL. That's fine. We have you covered at bobandtomstore.com. And if we don't have your size in the exact shirt or hoodie that you want, just check back. We're always restocking constantly at bobandtomstore.com. And have I mentioned how attractive the employees are there? Oh, my gosh. HR's told me not to talk about it, and we do have a new HR department, so I'll move on. You can find out for yourself at bobandtomstore.com.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Elton John and Britney Spears have collaborated for the first time, creating a slinky, club-ready single called Hold Me Closer that sees the pop icons take old sounds and fashion something new. The funky, piano-driven single uses Elton John's 1971 hit Tiny Dancer as the skeleton and adds elements from his songs The One and Don't Go Breaking My Heart, all with Spears' voice soaring and fluttering. The song is Spears' first music since 2016's album, Glory. And Sly Stallone's wife, Jennifer Flavin Stallone, has filed for divorce after 25 years of marriage. She filed last week in a court in Palm Beach County, Florida, where they live. The 76-year-old star of the Rocky Rambo franchises and the 54-year-old businesswoman and former model married in London in 1997. It was the third marriage for him, the first for her. They have 3 grown daughters. And Mark Wahlberg wanted to surprise his family with his latest movie, Me Time. Boy, were they. They had no idea. Wahlberg has a nude scene in it. He says they were embarrassed, and his daughter in particular went purple, but they could not stop laughing. Mark Wahlberg plays the friend of stay-at-home dad Kevin Hart, and they reconnect for a weekend that gets outrageous. Me Time premieres today on Netflix. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
And he said, pull my finger, daddy-o. I had to smile as he let one go. He makes armpit sounds like he's cutting the cheese. My boy is just like me. Yeah. No need to test for paternity.
That is so nice.
Nice fade out.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Time now for great moments in NFL history.
The year was 1926. All-star fullback Ernie Nevers of Stanford. Nevers played in all but 29 minutes of the games. 3 years later, in 1929, Nevers scored all of the points for his team. This single game, 40 points scored by a single player, is still a record that stands today as the NFL's oldest. Nevers also holds a few lesser-known and unofficial records.
Oh, really?
Such as highest number of STDs treated in a single season.
Treated.
And the longest winning streak with road horse.
This has been great moments in NFL history.
Wow.
Wow.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to...
And Willie G coming up.
Okay, welcome to the Bob and Tom Show. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
Josh Arnold at the Upside Sidekick desk.
Hi, Chick.
Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline, hot phone.
Chick.
There's Willie Griswold.
Got some of these beef stick straws.
I know, and he's looking at the beef stick straws, Tom. He might not ever eat a meal again without one. I'm diet soda, the whole thing, right through the meat straw.
These are once again store-bought original meat straws from Benny's, and you're not going to see a turtle with one of these sticking out of his craw.
And you don't want to buy those, from the guy down the street out of his trunk.
Why not?
I'm just making a joke about, you said store-bought, like if somebody, you're going to find them on the black market somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I'm not joking. The best beef jerky I ever got was from a van on Highway 6 in Colorado.
Oh, yeah,
and
sure.
it said jerky taped to the back window. And
Are you serious?
You would just park in the same spot. You're driving home from skiing after a long day on the mountain, and boom.
All right.
Beef jerky, elk jerky, kangaroo jerky, the best.
That Western jerky is great, and we've got a special request for something about that exact topic.
Really?
You know, when you're riding the trail all day, a fella gets mighty hungry. And if you're a real cowboy like me, you ain't gonna reach for something like a granola bar. You want something a little more substantial, like beef jerky. Howdy, I'm Spanky Bishop, owner of the Circle J Ranch, and most of the proprietor of the best jerky company west of the Mississippi. It's called Circle Jerky. Circle Jerky has been a cowboy favorite for over 20 years.
When me and my buddies have been riding the range all day, we like to sit back and relax around the campfire, sip a little whiskey, tell some stories, and have ourselves a Circle Jerky.
If you've never had yourself a Circle Jerky, you don't know what you're missing. I know the other hands in the ranch love it just as much as I do. We'll set up our campsite, and before you know it, everybody's got their meat out. When we're not poking cows or mountain horses, we cowboys love a good Circle Jerky.
A cowboy's day is long and hard. It's a lot of working. So sit right back and grab your sack of Circle Jerky.
You got that right. Here at the Circle J Ranch, our jerky's so good, even city folk like it.
Hello, I'm famous radio personality Chick McGee. You know, like many men, I enjoy a jerky several times a week. In fact, I'm polishing one off right now. Just the thought of seeing the busy cowhands, the oily, leathery saddlebags, and all that wonderful meat brings back fond memories for this cowboy. Excuse me, I need to get back to my jerky now.
Circle Jerky is available in convenience stores and wherever porno is sold.
When working stiffs ride into camp, they ain't feeling perky. So we insist they grab a fist full of Circle Jerky.
There you go. I don't know who ate the cracker. I don't know. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom program. And we have another special treat. We're doing the meat straws test the last couple of days. But I thought we would do something a little bit different because we have a guest in the studio. He is comedian Greg Hahn, one of my very favorites, recently back from touring Europe. We opened up the show by having Greg create a straw from a wiener.
It was delicious. Loved it.
And then you drank a beer or two and ate a couple of hot dogs. Now, I know
Friday.
you like the harder stuff, so I'm going to ask Jess Hooker to bring something in for us. This is something we read about in the news, and I would like you to try this for us.
Yeah, I'll try it.
This is a liquor, and it's made from a rare crab.
My.
Yeah, remember we talked about this?
I like crabs.
Do you like crabs?
Sure.
You ever had them?
No.
No.
You got him once, didn't you, Dad?
Oh, yeah, it's a long story.
Didn't you get crabs from an equestrian named Jamie?
That's pretty good.
Wow.
Close. You're close.
Whoa. Jess is a little stingy on the pour.
Now this is a. Let me explain this.
Listen up, baby. Come on. It's Friday.
We got trouble.
What's going on around here?
This is from Tamworth Distilling, and it's called.
You want me to taste it or not?
Just a second. Let me give the intro.
Is it a bourbon, a whiskey? What we got?
I wasn't expecting this. He's thirsty, Tom. Let's go.
It's these particular crabs are plaguing North America's marines ecosystems.
Yeah.
And they have been for many, many years. They made their way to the United States on ships in the 1800s, and they've been causing quite a problem. So this distillery is grabbing these crustaceans and making them part of the whiskey.
Does it smell crabbish?
No, not at all.
It does not. It smells sweet.
Each bottle uses a pound of green crabs.
Han and Christy are going to start
Cheers,
drinking.
Christy.
Hell yeah, cheers to
I can't tell you where I'm staying, Ramada. But good luck tracking me down, 419.
That's good.
How is it?
It's good.
Does it? And it has no fish. Wait a minute, Josh.
No, it's got some booze in there.
It's boozy, but it's not crabby.
Nice.
It is boozy.
Josh, you threw a little down yourself?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, Willie had a shot glass, oddly enough.
Our buddy Brent Terhune brought me a Lost shot glass, my favorite TV show, Dharma Initiative. Bottoms up, gang.
There you go. Oh, look at it.
I don't taste any crab at all.
No, you don't taste any crab, but it's
And this is from
got a bite.
Tamworth, New Hampshire. Hey, Jess.
Got no bite.
Who do we thank? 'Cause
You sip it. You don't just
who do we
slam
thank
it.
for getting this for us?
Jack Taylor from Cincinnati went
Okay.
out to the East Coast and got it for us and mailed
Wow.
it.
Thanks,
How
Jack.
about that? Thank you, Jack.
It's got this wax.
Tom can't open it.
It's got
It's
no
a- it's
bite.
a very
Right, Willie?
cool
Willie,
bottle.
that didn't have any
Very
bite.
cool
It's got
bottle.
like a wax. Is this a screw off top? How does?
No, just
It's like any kind of cork you
it's
work it
already
out.
been.
You just have to
It's already been opened.
Oh,
there you go. Ah, the boy pirate.
It's like it's got real melted wax over the cap. It's cool.
Smells like a mild bourbon.
Yeah.
Boy, I am still feeling
Right.
it. It
Yeah.
is.
And
It is warm.
I kind of shot it. I do not think that's
No,
for
you're
shooting.
sipping it.
I shot mine too.
I sip
Oh, okay.
Sip.
See, Christy, I like to
and
shoot
then
mine.
swallow. Thank you.
You shoot your wad. on a.
It's really hard to talk to you people. You know that?
We don't make it easy, do we?
No.
Children.
Everything's.
Did you
one of
try
those,
this stuff,
one of
Chip?
these- No.
I saw Godwin in the green room had a couple nips. How'd you like it? Did you taste the crab?
It's called Crab Trapper.
Yeah.
And as far as we could tell, was only available in
New Hampshire, was it?
New Hampshire.
Now the question is, who wants to suck it through a wiener?
Me. Hey, what's the proof of the thing? What is the proof?
I'm
It's
guessing
high.
150, 175.
I don't know where it is on the label, but we have a musical tribute to whiskey.
Show me the way to the next whiskey. There's whiskey in the jar. Pour some whiskey in your water.
Whiskey River.
Salted whiskey. You can smell a whiskey burning. Somebody give me a shot.
Isn't that nice?
All right.
Wow. Those classic songs, including a little bit of Willie Nelson. Whiskey River, Take My Mind.
I love that song.
It's a great song.
So we're helping get rid of these eco-destroying crabs.
It's 46% alcohol by volume.
Oh, that's quite a bit.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
up there.
that is quite
Your thoughts? Your thoughts, Josh?
I thought maybe it was something like that.
Is this
That's
flammable?
almost, correct me if I'm wrong, that's almost half.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it does taste quite good.
Okay.
If you're a whiskey
and
drinker.
I don't know if it's available anywhere except for New Hampshire, but this is where this guy got it for us. So
Well, thank you very much, Jack,
yes.
from Cincy.
All right.
Yes.
Ooh, Christy had White Claw yesterday, and she's still drinking the Crab Trapper. I think we have a problem.
I come from a long line of great alcoholics. I'm not going to quit.
All right, that's good.
You're no quitter. Well, let's get back to the news desk, Dipso.
I'll drink this stuff in Florida when I move to Florida. I'll drink it up in the penthouse, looking over the Intercoastal.
Yeah.
Have my Corvette.
Yeah.
My hair system with fresh tape underneath.
You'll have it all, won't you?
That'd be nice.
You'd thrive in Florida, man.
Yeah.
You were born and raised in Florida,
Right. Sure. I'm used to it.
What area of Florida?
What would
South
you do?
Florida.
What would you do when hurricanes would come? Aren't you scared of hurricanes?
You need the right stuff.
That's
Water. What do you need? Water,
Wind,
batteries, extra string for your kite. That's what you need. It's coming in.
But then you get out in the front yard.
Goggles, jockstrap. Bring it!
That's right.
Greg Hahn is our guest. Coming up, Jeff Oskey will be our guest with things we failed to mention in the news. We have time for one more news story. Christy, what have we missed?
A nightclub in Sydney, Australia has banned staring at people without their prior consent. What? Did you hear what I just said?
All right.
Club 77 in Darlinghurst posted its new policy online saying it's, quote, committed to developing and nurturing a strong culture of consent. It said, as a nightclub, we encourage you to interact with strangers. However, any engagement must, all in capitals, begin with verbal consent.
So you're supposed to go up and say, hey, do you mind if I stare at you?
Yes, apparently.
Ma'am, do you care if I leer?
You know, as a member of the creep community, this is just a vicious attack on my people.
Club co-owner Dan Gorell told the Daily Telegraph, no one's been ejected from the club for staring yet, but he wanted to lay the ground rules as the club becomes increasingly popular.
How about drooling? Is that okay?
Can you do that?
Not without asking first.
How are you supposed to not look at ladies? They're so beautiful, so colorful. Right, with the eyes and the lipstick, right? And the jewelry and the fingernails are different colors.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Hey, but I like
little Christmas trees that talk to you.
You know, it was quite complimentary at first.
So beautiful.
Wait a minute.
Say beautiful.
I think he might be right. They're Christmas trees that talk to you. I love Christmas.
Covered in popcorn.
Who doesn't love Christmas?
Got this? We were talking about how I'm upset that they start the pumpkin spice too early. You know, they start the Christmas sales way too early. This is from Stuart. He was in a very, very large box store yesterday. Chocolate Santas at the checkout.
Wow, now that is early.
Too early.
Yep.
Aren't they going to be stale by Christmas?
You know, I think they make them that way.
Oh, do they?
They come off the line a little.
And there may be those that could eat them in the car themselves on the way home. That's just my guess.
Oh, I see.
Now, coming up. I was just going to start a recruit person. Coming up, we have Jeff Oskey and things we failed to mention in the news. Right now, I want to mention that Napa is on a mission. I'm talking about Napa Auto Parts stores. They're on a mission to keep you in motion. Keep that car, keep that truck, keep it moving. For almost a century, Napa has been known for having quality parts. They've got more than 500,000 of them. And expert knowledge. And it's the knowledge you need to keep running. Today, Napa helps drivers just like you hit the road with confidence. There are nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores, over 17,000 Napa Auto Care Centers, meaning you're never far from the quality products and trusted service that you ride and you deserve. You depend on it. Those folks at Napa have what we call Napa know-how. Find out more at NapaOnline.com. That's NapaOnline.com. Find the Napa location nearest you. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Say hi to those knowledgeable people behind the counter. They're great folks. When we come back, it's news we failed to mention and a little bit more comedy from comedian Brent Terhune. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yeah, it is. Hey, thanks a lot for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning, Friday, August 26th. Greg Hahn, Brett Terhune, Jeff Oskey all morning long in your face. You can see the Bob and Tom Show and their faces and what they look like right there on our YouTube channel. Anytime, check it out. If you miss anything during the day, you can check back and watch it later this afternoon. You can even watch it right now in real time. Just go to YouTube and search the Bob and Tom Show. YouTube. Search the Bob and Tom Show. If you're having trouble finding it, just contact your local 10-year-old, perhaps your grandchild or your son or daughter, and say, hey, how do I find the YouTubes and the Bob and Tom Show? Next thing you know, boom, you're watching. It's just that easy. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Friday morning when Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell delivers what will be his most closely scrutinized speech of the year later this morning. Investors and economists will be turning over his remarks for any clues about how fast the Fed may continue to raise its short-term interest rate and for how long. With inflation hovering near a 4-decade high, nearly 9%, Powell will likely stress that the Fed is determined to bring down to its 2% target, no matter what it takes. The Fed's rate hike may well defeat inflation in time. Fear is growing they may cause a recession in the process. Powell's remarks will kick off the Fed's annual economic symposium at Jackson Hole, Wyoming. British residents will see an 80% increase in their annual household energy bills. The UK's energy regulator announced Friday costs will go from £1,900 a year to over £3,500 in October. It follows a record 54% annual spike last April. The costs roiling the British economy, which has the highest inflation rate among the group of 7 wealthiest democracies and has seen disruptive strikes for months as workers push for pay to keep pace with the increasingly expensive cost of living. Charities, public health leaders, and even energy firms warn of catastrophic effects on poor people already struggling to afford their essentials. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes, yes. And we were
conversation.
talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, like, will there be, like, feminine hygiene commercials, like, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mhm.
Because you know they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you to... Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Row at Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're not helping the show where you're going. We don't want to go. You think that you're a cut-up. We wish that you would shut up, because you're not helping the show. You're not helping the show where you're going. We don't want to go. Your moment of enjoyment will lead to unemployment, because you're not helping the show. Don't you see, Chick McGee? Your career needs a plan B. You're not helping the show. Where you're going, we don't want to go. Bob and Tom are seething. It's time that you were leaving, because you're not helping the show. No, you're not helping the show.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
It's an old Eskimo trick of how to catch a polar bear. Now, what you do is you go cut a hole in the ice, right? And then you take little peas and you place them strategically 4 inches apart all the way around the hole, right? And a polar bear will crawl up and he'll look at it in very much curiosity as what is going on there. Now, when he bends over to take a pee, you kick him in the ice hole.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 20.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick, what happened?
I'm looking at Josh Arnold over there at the upside sidekick chair.
You got? I may have been the only one to see it.
No, I saw it.
What happened?
I saw it fly through the air.
All right, yeah.
I'll talk to you, Brent Terhune, comedian on his way to Dayton, Ohio's.
There's Ace Cosby.
Funny
There's
Bone.
Willie Griswold. I'm Chick.
This is Tom speaking. I am a man of I'm sort of set in my ways. There are things I like.
Mm-hmm. We know.
For example,
there's no sort of about it.
It's
lollipops in your mouth and butter in your ass.
No, I like lollipops in my ass and butter in my mouth. No. It's I like a wooden stir sticks for coffee.
Yes.
I don't like plastic spoons for coffee. Now, I just noticed that when I have this wooden stir stick poised, crossing the top of my coffee cup here, if I hit it like this, it's going to fly toward Christy.
Yeah, and it did.
And I was trying to aim it right to see if I could get it all the way there.
Oh, that was on purpose?
Oh,
I thought.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Not buying that.
It was an accident.
Oh, wow.
Wait a minute. I got it all the way over to Christy. Isn't that nice?
He sucks on those, Christy.
Hey, Josh, have you ever noticed how
he has plenty more.
How a stir stick is kind of similar to...
You want to see what you see with that same, Tom?
Son of a...
Fortunately, I have
Oh, my goodness.
some more stir sticks. So.
Perfect.
Now, will you keep one of those like all day, or are you using a new one forever?
Oh, no, there are like 30 of them shredded in my...
And he uses like 5 at a time. It doesn't.
Okay.
It's not just one. That was an anomaly. Usually it's...
He smells them like a fine cigar.
It's a Cuban.
Yeah.
It's like imported wood from Cuba.
Just this way you can enjoy your coffee.
It's a ritual for a lot of people.
Yeah, but I like the wooden stir stick, don't you? Now, you're a married man.
Yes.
And how's that? That's going well?
Going all right, yeah.
Okay. Dogs, cats, kids, anything?
We have cats. Whenever you tell people that you have cats, they always say the same thing. They say, we like dogs. And that's true. Like, even if you don't like dogs, most people know the type of dog, golden retriever, Shih Tzu or whatever. But then if somebody was like, what kind of cat is that? Somebody else will be like, orange. That's what they hate Mondays. They love lasagna. Nobody says domestic short hair. We talk about Gatorade, or we talk about cats the same way we talk about Gatorade. What kind do you want? I'll have a blue. Blue tastes good to me.
You raise a good point. Golden retrievers, and thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Now, you also do a character on the internet. And what's the guy's name again?
Alpha Male. I never gave the guy a character or a name, but I called him Alpha Male. He's a truck rant guy. There's no shortage of white males ranting in a truck, so I've joined them. I follow all these guys to see what they're ranting about, and he's the typical, he believes in the 3 G's, God, guns, and country. He's, he always wants to know what on flat Earth is going on. That's what he's trying to get to the bottom of it.
Very, very funny. Now, we coming up, we have a very special feature. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, Brent, but it's from our staff. It's Jeff Oskey, and a feature that we call News We Failed to Mention. And in this feature, he will be reviewing some of the news stories from this week. There he is, right there on the big screen.
I'm a little close. Hold on. Okay.
Now, we can do a quick beard comparison. Yours looks a little more homeless than his. Brent is kind of well groomed. Yours is really kind of tortured.
My friend Mike told me I have the beard of an 80-year-old black man.
Yeah, you kind of do. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You use a nice beard oil, though, don't you?
I do. I by the Amish. The Amish make it because if anyone knows beards, it's those fellas.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
What do they make it out of?
It's a mixture of aloe and meningitis.
That was way better than
I was going to say. I was going to say they drain it from a shallow gene pool. Oh, I'm sorry. Now we're talking about the realities of the horrific gene pool.
It's a very Cornell West.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I think that's what
without all the degrees.
Yeah. Right. Without the brilliance.
Yeah.
Well, don't sell yourself short. You're very brilliant.
Oh, well, you don't know me very well, Christy. All right.
Now, I have a question, Jeff. Your beard is salt and peppery.
Yeah.
But your hair isn't. Do you do a little bit of the dye job on the hair?
Oh, no.
Really?
No.
That's
no, what you see is with me is what you get. Sorry, you don't like it, move on.
Yeah.
Go talk to Godwin.
If you don't like it, move on.
No, because Godwin will spin you a tale. Okay? He will be whoever you need to be.
There's a lot of fake stuff going
I
on.
told Pat what I tell ladies on a first date. I got no money. I got bad credit. I'm not good in bed, and I'm very selfish. And if you don't like it, next, go talk to Godwin. That way, a year from now, I don't have to hear, I didn't know you were such a loser. Yeah, you did.
Well, now, Brent's not familiar with this feature in which you take news stories that we may have covered and or not have covered and give us a little spin on them. Go ahead.
That's right, Terhune. In case you haven't heard, what we do here, we give you a lot of news each week, but we don't give you all the news. So I'm here to give you the news that we failed to mention.
Now, here's Jeff Oskey with what you failed to mention news. Pew, 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 pew.
This week, a man dropped a big old deuce on his neighbor's lawn. What you failed to mention, okay, I'll return your chainsaw, Fred. Jeez. Could have just knocked on my door.
What a jerk.
A man shot his 1 millionth free throw the other day. Exciting Tom to no end.
Oh, it's amazing.
What you failed to mention, the guys down at the rec center weren't nearly as excited. Hey, we're trying to run full court over here, jackass. The original Apple I computer just sold for a whopping $700,000. What you failed to mention sounds like an excessive amount of money just to be able to play Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail.
Primitive video games.
Yeah, that was a joke for those over 40. People are touting the use of reusable toilet paper. What you failed to mention is great. It's great toilet paper if you want people to stop coming to your house. I actually just tell people I have reusable toilet paper just so they'll stay away. And perfect. Sonic has brought back its pickle juice slushy. What you failed to mention, with the heat and hydration, they picked a brine time to bring it back. For you, brine time, baby.
Folks, come on.
We found out that the Queen eats jam sandwiches every day. What you failed to mention, maybe put down the jam sandwiches every once in a while and keep an eye on your son, Andrew. I'm not sure if you're aware of this. He's been up to some hijinks of late.
He's always goofing around.
You know, he's got plenty of juice boxes in his
Gwyneth Paltrow is going to be a guest shark on the TV show Shark Tank. What you failed to mention, I'm all for this. I can't wait to hear. I'll give you 32 quartz crystals, a stick of hematite, and 42 Gina candles for 10% of your laser robotics company. A company is making shoes by recycling faulty sex toys. What you failed to mention, the shoes are super easy to slip on as your standard casual shoe, but they're way easier to get off.
Sex toys.
Way easier to get off.
Oh, yeah. I've got a
Oh, you heard it right, Chick. Okay. Rare white rhino was born at the zoo last weekend. What you failed to mention, the white rhinos are just like the other rhinos, only they vacation in the Hamptons.
That is silly.
2 people were arrested for stealing 88 watermelons from a farmer's field. When they were pulled over officers, they found the watermelons in their car. What you failed to mention, man, that's a lot of work for $200. Yes, next time, consider stealing pillows. Equal jail time. One's just a lot easier to carry.
Yeah, did you see this? Chief suspects were Gallagher and Gallagher 2.
No overhead now in their head.
There you go. A man cut off his own penis in his sleep. When he awoke, he said he dreamed he was killing a goat for his family to eat. Oh. What you failed to mention, on a positive note, he did help his family's hunger by ruining their appetites.
I'll say.
And finally, there's a new supposed trend where women are using their lady secretions as perfume to attract men. Yeah. What I failed to mention, not sure if it works, but lately I have had a hankering for fish and chips. So my name is Jeff.
Failed to mention news.
Chef Oscar.
Little malt vinegar.
Yes.
Oh,
very
easy.
much.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Jeffrey. You can see that. How, Ace Cosby?
YouTube, we have a Bob and Tom Tonight show that we do each weeknight at 8 o'clock.
Okay, all right. Check it out right now. We have also a guest in the studio. He is Brent Terhune. I noticed this, Brent. Dayton, Ohio's Funny Bone this weekend. But September 16th and 17th, Cedar Rapids, Iowa's Lucky Cat Comedy Club.
Yes, sir.
And you've got the podcast, The Field Trip with Brent Terhune. And the horror movie podcast, They're Coming to Get You.
Yeah. And Josh, I know you're a big horror fan.
Yes.
Every week we talk about a new horror movie that you probably have seen. So you don't have to watch the movie to listen to the podcast.
All right.
So what give me a couple of your favorite horror movies of all time?
Halloween is my favorite, probably.
The original?
Yeah, the original. I love the movie called It Follows. The Strangers, The Shining, the classics are the classics, so I appreciate those.
I'm interested. What's the Field Trip podcast about?
It's like a pop culture podcast, so it's a different topic every week. One of my favorites was we did parody religions. Did you know there's a Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster?
No, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, ramen. Yeah, somebody made a whole religion for that.
Yeah.
So we talk about that kind of stuff, famous last words, famous last meals, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, cool.
Maybe you
Give me an example of a famous last words.
I think.
Have you ever heard the Oscar Wilde? He's dying. He said in his bedroom, and he goes, "This wallpaper goes, or I do."
I hope that's true.
I'm pretty sure it's true. Yeah.
There was a guy, I don't remember his name, but there was a guy on like the firing line about to be executed. He said, "Fellas, scoot in, make it easy for yourselves." That kind of thing. Yeah.
That's badass.
That is badass.
It's poise.
Yeah.
You understand how this works, don't you?
Or maybe the guy was just tired.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Take my life, please.
Now, we've got another suggestion with regard to hollowing out hot dogs. You guys were talking. At some point, Christy said they made a hot dog where they'd already hollowed it out and put chili in it, but they don't do it anymore.
Yeah, Frankendogs. The Hormel company did it.
This guy says, take Cheese Whiz. Was that the Squirter one?
No,
No.
I do not. The Cheese Whiz was in a jar.
Yeah.
What's the Squirter one called?
Maybe
Easy
he means
cheese?
Easy cheese.
Easy cheese.
Maybe he means Cheese Whiz.
Many people. Oh,
There was a brand, though.
You got my Cheese Whiz?
There was a squeezable Cheese Whiz too. Psycho's right.
But yeah, hollow out the hot dog and put it in there.
Yeah.
So that's another labor-saving device for you hot dog eaters. We certainly enjoyed turning the hot dogs into straws. And a lot of that video will be posted coming up this weekend. You can check that out. Also, some questions. When are the puppets coming back? The answer is very, very soon. The
Nobody's
Bob and Tom puppets. Well, I would get the letter, but I've got it.
Hey, Tom, when's the puppets
you
coming
made it up.
back?
Yeah.
Very, very soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pat, I don't even know what this means.
Yeah.
Do you have a song that involves a dishwasher?
Oh, man, from way back, we did a Peter Gabriel thing, I think.
Okay. Is that something we can do maybe on Monday?
Let me guess. Dishwasher. That kind of thing. Done. Next letter.
I wanna be a dishwasher. There it is. Boom. Boom. A bouncy C and you got a song.
Next time I'll just ask you during the break. Okay. I didn't remember that. Is that in fact what it is?
I think so.
Did you not know you were going to get heckled when you started doing this? You know the show.
No, but I don't remember this. I don't remember this.
I don't
tune.
either, but I'm guessing.
It's not Peter Gabriel, but you could also do like at the dishwasher. That's pretty fun too.
Oh, like the car wash song?
Yeah, thank you.
I
I
think it
love
was
that
an animal stuck in a dishwasher or something.
Even this guy, Mr. Whitsitt, he says it's a deep cut but a classic.
I don't remember it.
So we'll have to dig that
So
up.
many good things.
Who wrote
How
that?
about a new song? I have a story that goes with, I think, one of your new songs.
Oh, yeah?
Animal control officers in Davis County, Utah, removed a group of goats from a homeowner's roof. KSL reports the homeowner.
KSL.
KSL is what it says.
KSL, that's not enough letters.
It's Kissel.
I think it's Salt Lake.
Is that their
KSL,
slogan?
we don't have enough letters.
KSL,
Somebody
we don't have
do
enough
something.
letters.
Yeah, a letter fell off. There you go. There it is.
The homeowner had been renting out the property to the goats' owners who were intending to relocate the goats as the house went on the market. Real estate agent Peyton Anderson told the station someone was meant to pick up the animals, apparently failed to show up.
I think this is true. In another life, I had a friend who had goats, and I think goats, like cats, want to be up high.
They do.
I'm not kidding.
Yes. Yeah.
If you have a goat, and it's going to end up on the roof.
I saw this
they
story.
Love it.
I couldn't figure out. I saw this. How did they get up there?
Left to their own devices, the goats got onto the roof
Yep.
where they were found by a responding animal control
They will
officer.
absolutely do that.
They managed to safely round up the animals. The house currently under contract, so it didn't prevent it from getting sold.
You got to be kidding me.
No.
That's why we did it, huh?
No.
Was that a joke?
Aren't goats kids? Is that the
Yes.
one? Okay, I can never remember what the. No,
The best kind of jokes you have to explain after. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I didn't say it was a joke.
These
But
goats
they-
hopped on the doghouse, went up a downspout, and ended up on the roof. That's how they got up there. Then they would
Snoopy
not
goats.
stop.
Getting him down was tough. You think getting that fiddler down was
That is so silly.
that guy was annoying everybody.
Get out of here, goat. I'm trying to fiddle.
Do you have a tribute to goats on the roof?
Yeah. When this old farm starts getting me down, and the farmhands are just too much for me to face. I'll climb way up to the top of the house and not become an item at the marketplace. On the roof, it's peaceful. I can bleat. And they can take my milk and make goat cheese. No, no, no. So when the day is done and my nipples are sore, I'll go up there where mutton bothers me. I'll get far away from those smelly old pigs who haven't figured out their bacon. And it's a tasty treat. Oh, on the roof, I don't have to chew the weeds. Oh, stand there while that Billy takes care of his needs. Goats on the roof.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That's exactly what James Taylor had in mind.
Yeah.
Wasn't it James Taylor?
Carol
Yeah.
King.
Oh, yeah. No, James Taylor.
That wasn't.
He covered it.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Up on the roof.
Okay, well,
I think the hit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, very good, very good. Enjoyed that very much, Ben. Coming up, we have a little bit of a history lesson for you. I'll remind you that our guest Brent Terhune is at the Funny Bone in Dayton, Ohio this weekend. Don't miss Brent and his beard. Right now, I want to remind you that if you're listening to that last song in the Raycon earbuds, you're thinking, well, is that James Taylor singing? That was beautiful. The Raycon earbuds are from Chick McGee.
What do you love about summer? Well, you can do anything. You love everything about summer. Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever with 3 sound profiles to match whatever you're listening to. They feature noise isolation and awareness mode, so you can choose to be immersed in sound or tune into your surroundings when you need to. And listen, while you travel or during your grueling workout, optimized gel tips from Raycon fit every ear ever made. And the earbuds are comfortable enough for all-day wear, and they will not budge. Raycon, you also get 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life, and you get all this for half the price than other premium audio brands. It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 49,000 5-star reviews. And right now, we got a deal for you. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycons. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Coming up, something very important. Thanks again, Brent.
Yeah, Brent.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, this is exciting. Thank you very much for being here. You're on the Albert Brooks Show. And what is it you do for a living?
I do radio, actually.
Really?
Yes.
You do radio?
Yes.
That's incredible. So that's exciting. All right, we'll be right back. Come on! You do radio. This is a television show. Nobody cares. Help me out. You go back to your table. You have a life. My career's in the toilet. And then big smiles. Welcome back. We were kidding off the air. She's a killer, this one. So you were telling me before that you do radio.
Yes.
That's exciting. What do you do actually in radio?
I do news.
You do news?
Yes.
Really?
I'm a newsreader.
You are a newsreader.
Yes.
I didn't know. That's
Yes.
great. We'll be right back. Come on! You read the news.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
Yeah, what else would you be doing with your time? I know what you can do with your time. Check out bobandtom.com. That's our website for the radio show. All our highlights, news about the show, information about our guests and about our cast members, everything you need right there at one spot, bobandtom.com. Want to watch a video of Pat Godwin singing one of his songs in the performance room? What does Pat look like? His guitar, his energy? It's all right there. Ace Cosby telling a joke of the day? Oh, you might have to search around, but I'm guessing there's one up there. How about the Bob and Tom Show puppets smacking Tom around? That's always fun. And again, they're just puppets. It's okay. It's a lot of fun. That's what we do at bobandtom.com. We have fun. Just like all morning long here with Greg Hahn, Brent Terhune, and Jeff Oskey and you, and we continue after this on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. California will require all new cars, trucks, and SUVs sold in the state to run on electricity or hydrogen by 2035. It's an ambitious move away from gasoline-powered vehicles and the pollution they emit. The requirements come in phases starting in 2026, and it will take 13 years for them to become fully effective. But there are some challenges to meet. EVs now cost substantially more than gas-powered vehicles, and there are shortages of precious metals needed for the batteries that run them. Drone detection technology is now being tested at Los Angeles International Airport. LAX has joined Miami International in testing the system. The Transportation Security Administration says the technology detects, tracks, and identifies drones entering restricted airspace around LAX. There were 50 reports of drone sightings last year. So far this year, 38. And that's within a 10-mile radius of LAX. The drones pose a clear and present danger, of course, to airport security. And EU lawmakers have a new reason to be annoyed with Britain. British sewage overflows are seeping into the English Channel and North Sea. Heavy rainfall after weeks of dry weather has overwhelmed parts of the British sewage system, causing untreated wastewater to be discharged into rivers and seas in recent days. This is mainly a problem right now for British citizens who've been banned from beaches this week and are concerned about the impact on wildlife. But the British sewage spills could also threaten bathing waters, fishing grounds, and biodiversity in the EU. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Video shows the fan. He hollows out the center of the hot dog with a straw, then dips the hot dog into his beer and sucks it through the hot dog.
Try that.
You know what? They say don't knock it till you try it. And I'm going to have to try 6 because you can't just get it with one. You know what I mean?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Speaking of Kennedy,
That's a good shout-out. That is a good shout-out, yes, thank you.
John Kennedy Jr. made
Why do you think they call us Skimpy Little Suit of Teddy anyway? Thank you. You want to go watch the films of Bobby's funeral at my place? Well, what do you know? It's 4 a.m. and we're drunk. Well, let's make whoopee. Wear my Oxford cloth.
I was on a plane with one of the Kennedys one time.
Really?
Well, I was lucky to be. Yeah, it was Ted Kennedy. He was on the plane. And he was in first class. I was in the back,
Sure.
with the degenerates. But what a great name to be born in, Kennedy or Rockefeller or something like that. My luck if I was born in money, my last name would be Massengale. My dad, the big douche baron.
The douche baron. Everywhere you go, you got waiters making fun. You want oil and vinegar?
Shut up and bring it. My dad, the big douche baron.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
Daniel's Vineyard.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. Hey, there's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hey, check.
At the Upside Sidekick desk. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Manning the track phone hotline. Hot phone, as no one else can. There's Willie Griswold.
Hello.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Rejoining us in the studio, it's comedian Greg Hahn. Fresh from a tour of Europe and your astute analysis of traveling.
Mm-hmm.
You like to get to a big city in Europe, go to the hotel, shut the curtains, and
Well, no, I open the curtains, I look out the window and go, got it!
Okay, thank you very much. Very,
Oh, the architecture, the streets, this, that. Okay. all right.
very, very helpful.
Yeah. You ever been to Des Moines?
Buses. Same.
Okay.
Never seen a tree?
Okay, they have trees everywhere, apparently. That's good to know. In this segment of our show, what we do here, Greg, is we try to review famous things in history.
Time now for famous things in history.
You like history, Greg?
I like it.
Student of?
Oh, yeah.
You like to dwell on history?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
You have a lot of regrets? Yeah.
I've had a few.
Here we go.
Too few to mention.
1920. On this date, the 19th Amendment giving women the right to vote.
Yes, finally.
Oh, hell.
How did we lose that? Seriously.
Man,
they couldn't vote on it, and yet somehow
they got us, didn't they?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm fine with it as long as they still get paid less. Okay.
That's a joke. Pay equality's a myth.
Yeah, that's true.
No, inequality.
Now, Christy, remember, voting gives you crow's feet and makes you sterile. Okay.
I bet the guys with the propaganda back then were hilarious.
Yeah.
Ladies, you don't want to vote.
All these matters that don't really pertain to you anyway.
Why don't we just give the voting to my horse? Same thing.
You know, punching a hanging Chad makes you gain 5 pounds. I don't know if
That's why we called it suffrage. Sounds terrible, doesn't it?
All right. Pat Godwin.
Yes.
Beatles trivia on this date, 1968. What happened?
68?
Yeah.
They released, they started recording Abbey Road.
They released Hey Jude.
Oh, okay.
Which, if you started playing it in 68, it's still just about to end. A little too long, eh?
Is that right?
6.5 at most.
So you'd walk into the Beatles, George Martin sitting there, they're recording the final mix for Hey Jude. You'd walk in, you go,
yep, fellas, come on. We got the nod on
guys. 7, a little over 7. Come on, let's make it a nice 4.
Radio edit, huh?
Lean, okay? Remember, I'm going to hold your hand.
Meanwhile,
get in, get out.
Is there a Doors song under 4 minutes?
Yeah, right.
Layla from Clapton, way too long.
Oh, well, if you get rid of that piano solo.
Yeah, and they did the first version of the Doors' "Light My Fire." They did a radio edit.
I know they did, yeah.
Sure, and in retrospect, good move.
I like the longer version.
You do know.
Yeah.
The next time you get him into a Doors conversation, we're going to have a meeting.
No, you got "Love Me 2 Times." That's a nice in and out, quick Doors song. That's beautiful. Now, this is the question the chick is not allowed to answer. Today celebrates the birthday of Don LaFontaine.
Oh.
Ace, do you know who that is?
Rings a bell, but I can't.
Anyone else?
I do know who that is.
Okay.
He invented blue cheese in that hotel, the Fontaine Blue.
In a World.
Yes, he's the guy.
Oh, the movie trailer
He made that famous.
He is currently in a box, 6 feet under.
I can't get out.
I was reading about him. God, I'm forgetting the name of the movie. Lake Bell.
It's called In a World.
Yeah, is it really? Okay, Lake Bell, who did it. It was really
the voiceover movie. Yeah,
it was good.
Fred Melamude's in that.
He's wonderful.
I love that.
It was really fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Good but he's the guy that used to do all the voiceovers, and he did more commercials than anybody. But he was the Inner World
And when
guy.
he passed away, did I get a call? No,
Inner World. The article I read about him
there
said
you go.
that very few movie trailers have a voiceover anymore. They're almost all dialogue and incredibly loud music.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Will Shorts, the puzzle editor of the New York Times. Will, I've got a bone to pick with you about some of these words you're allowing in crossword
And I have
puzzles.
a bone to pick with him because he's a dumb nerd, and I don't like that.
Thank you, Willie.
He's a great American.
Someone said
Will, I want to get you on the phone. Oh, guys, I've got a problem. Melissa McCarthy, who I love, I think the best sitcom of the last 20 years, for my money, is starred Melissa McCarthy.
Mike and Molly, right?
Yeah, you're shaking your head?
I'm not saying a word.
Yes, you were. I saw you shaking your head.
I was looking at Chick.
No, I wasn't shaking my head. I didn't put my
Hardly
thumb down.
groundbreaking.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's groundbreaking.
Hey,
It's-
they get along.
The dialogue is hilarious. Never mind.
Well, I don't believe
Happy birthday,
they're fat.
Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay had a terrible childhood trying to learn how to spell the name Macaulay.
Now he and Brenda Shorts have a baby. They're probably getting married.
Will Shorts'
Today is National Toilet Paper Day, Tom. I forgot to bring that up earlier.
It's every day at my house.
Toilet paper wasn't even in homes really in the United States till 1857.
That's why I'm glad I'm alive today.
Yeah.
Dentistry
Think
and
about
toilet
that.
paper.
Uh-huh.
All these people with their, I would have been born a princess.
Okay.
No, you would have been
Thank
a
you.
toothless serf.
And wiping your
Dead at 16.
butt
Wrap
with your
it up.
left hand. That's what they do.
Time now for things we missed. First of all, or what were things we learned?
Yeah.
Which is it?
Things we learned.
Learn things we missed. There's an email from a guy named Daryl who loved Pat's Pumpkin Spice song, as we all do. And then he says, by the way, my 3-year-old daughter calls the Bob and Tom Show her Chickie Show.
Oh.
She loves Chickie while we watch YouTube. Well, thank you very much.
Aw.
And there you go.
That's very sweet.
That is sweet.
Greg Hahn was here, ladies and gentlemen.
I was here.
And real quick, a couple of dating rules from Mr. Greg Hahn. Don't call her for 4 days after your date. Greg Hahn waits 4 minutes, then calls every 4 minutes.
I call her while I'm driving her home.
That's right.
Hey, Greg, before we go, can you do your famous high five piece? I just
High five myself, no friends. How's it go?
High five myself, no friends. Okay, there we go. Thank you very much.
And Greg Hahn has gone to Paris. He doesn't see what the big deal is.
Well,
Kansas City has
It's a nervous
trees.
room.
It's just a thing with the big elevator.
if I remember here, the quote was, "Oh, the bread. Yeah, you ever been to Des Moines? They have bread there."
And for those of you that are keen observers, you'll notice that every one of us knows Greg Hahn's act better than he does. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.